What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Where the Locals Skate. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. This is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And today, here with me, of course, as always, one of the Couch Boys,
Yo, what's up, guys?
Victor Castillo.
How's it going?
And now let's introduce our guest this week. We have Max Flores in the studio.
Namaste. Thank you for having me, brother.
Dude,
My brothers, man.
thank you for coming down. I really appreciate it.
Be here, brother.
I know you're just on vacation, so
All good, man.
yeah, thank you for coming down. Cutting it short, I guess, maybe.
Oh, it's all good, man. Divine alignment. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, one question.
Yes.
Tell us where'd you go for your vacation?
Well, Joshua Tree. This vacation was Joshua Tree. We just got back, and it was great. We saw a lot of beautiful national, monuments of, just natural ones, rock formated.
I saw one
there
of
was
your
one-
Instagrams that looked like a heart.
Yes, the Heart Rock, Joshua
Yeah.
Tree. Big love to my brother Steven, too. He's the one that let us know. He said, hey, you should go check out the Heart Rock. So, big
Okay.
love. But, yeah, my wife and I and our families, we had a beautiful time. And
Beautiful.
Shout out.
That's amazing. Heck yeah. And how are you today, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Blessed to be alive. Happy to be here. Some good friends. My
Heck
wife.
yeah.
you
We
know.
had some good conversation before we even started. And
Oh, man.
it's like, let's save it for the show.
We always do, man.
No, it's all
I
good.
love coming here and just hanging out and skating. It's awesome.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Just want to say that first seen Max at West Covina skate park as a youngster. I think I was in my teenage years, 17, 18, or maybe even 20, 21, and he was probably 14, 15,
Yeah.
16. But yeah, I remember that.
And I remember, I remember you so well. We were talking a bit about this off camera as well. But dude, I remember you so well, and I just want to give grace again and thank you for all the inspiration that you've ever given me and the little tips. Put your foot here, flick here. Try this. I appreciate that, and I'm very grateful for you,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
And everybody that has helped me in West Coast. That place was literally like a second home for me. I went to school across the street, so I would always just
Okay.
leave first period and go skate, and it was I'm glad I did that because I didn't really go to school too much, but when I did go to school, some of the best things happened. I met my wife, had the biggest
Okay.
crush on her in middle school, and now that God just
Okay.
aligned us. But yeah, man, so going back,
Shout out
thank
to
you,
that.
brother. Thank you for all the inspiration.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to that. All right. Let everybody know what city you're repping.
Oh man, I'm born and raised in West Covina.
West
California.
Covina?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Downey, back and forth. My dad lived in Downey, and my mom's in West Covina, so I go back and forth. And yeah, I love them both. Yeah.
okay.
So when you say West Covina, you mean Queen of the Valley Hospital? Is that where you're born at?
No, but I'm very familiar with that hospital because I would always skate past it going to school because I live near it. So I was able to just go there a lot. And after they always have not pharmacy, but the food there too, like the lunch food. So I go after
Okay.
skating. But no,
Like a
I
little
was
lunch
born
truck type of deal?
but more in the building. So it was
I
like
see
an
what you're saying,
actual
like a cafeteria type
yeah,
of
I
deal?
go there and eat all the time after we skated at the park. But yeah, to answer your question, brother, I was actually born in Monterey Park Hospital,
Okay.
and so not Queen of the Valley, but I still
you
love.
know of it.
Yeah, I know of it definitely.
That's cool.
One thing about West Covina skate park was it had the Queen of the Valley Hospital right next to it. So I remember people breaking their bones, they would get hurt, they would just walk to the hospital right there.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Maybe build more parks next to hospitals. I don't know.
Instead of police stations.
You know?
Irwindale, dude.
Right?
Oh, man.
Whittier skate park.
Yeah, I heard about that place. Ticket City.
Got a couple
but,
tickets there.
Yeah. All right.
People know if you go there, no helmet, cops are literally right there across the street. So it's but
Yeah.
first handrail there, that was a fun one.
Okay. So shout out to West Covina. West Covina. That's what you're representing. Is that where you're staying at currently?
Yeah.
Okay, still there.
Well, my wife and I, we travel a lot, so
Mm-hmm.
we're always on the road, just exploring. But definitely home is where the heart is. But I love West Covina.
That's cool,
Yeah.
man. That's cool. And how did you first pick up the skateboard?
My mom.
Your mom's?
Yeah, my mom. She told me the whole story, so this is from her perspective, and
Okay.
I remember it very clearly because it's such a beautiful time because I love skateboarding so much and I've loved it very young, and this is the moment where I fell in love with it. My mom, she was coming out of, there was a Kmart right here on like, I'm thinking right here, like we're in the city. But you know the Kmart in West Covina? The one that used to be there, it's not there anymore?
By the 10 freeway?
Yep, right there off the off-ramp.
By the 24 fitness ledges?
Yep, right behind it. Dude, I miss those ledges so much. But yeah, so I guess my mom went to the Kmart and she said she was shopping, and you know the bottom of the cart, how there's like that section, like put the water cases.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. There was a skateboard there. And she said that she tried to take it to the front. They didn't take it because they said it wasn't sold here. It was just like someone that left it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So she took it home. She brought it and she showed me it, and I just remember being a little kid, like, whoa, like, because I had seen skateboarding.
Okay.
I think the first time I seen skateboarding, oh man, just a kid seeing like people just cruise around and just like, be like, whoa, what was that? And it seems so like, whew, but it was, you know what I mean? But it's not that fast. But like as a kid, it's just so exciting.
I know.
And
it's bigger than life at the time. You're like, what the heck was that?
It's magical.
Yeah. Dude, and then so you got that first board and you started riding it around? Like,
no, I was riding it, not even riding it, I was standing on it in the carpet.
On the carpet?
Yeah, because I was like 6. So like I was really, my mom, and at the time too, I was really like busy with like a lot of my career and stuff at that time, but
which we'll get into later. Yes.
But yeah, so I wouldn't skate like outside yet. I would just put it on the carpet, and my mom has a photo of me like 5-6 years old of me like just like this on skateboard.
Yeah, posing already.
Just posing, yeah. Because I didn't even. It's just what I saw, so I was just kind of like trying to.
What year would this be around? Do you remember?
Born in 97.
Born in 97. Okay. So there was like X Games and stuff like that already.
2003.
Okay.
2004 maybe. Yeah. I remember early on the memories of like flipping through the channels of TV and watching cartoons, and then I'd see like Rocket Power.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'd see like just even when like Bart Simpson on a skateboard, like things like that. Like I remember seeing those things, and I feel like those were probably some of my earliest like. And then also my neighbor. My neighbor, big love to Ruben Pacheco. He's the one that, like, in Downey. So I grew up in West Covina in Downey. Skateboarding, I fell in love with it in Downey.
In Downey?
Because I would go all the time to, like, Independent Park, Paramount Park, and just, like, skate. But mainly because my neighbor, I would be really young, and I'd be coming back from, like, on tour or whatever. I'd come back, and I'd see him skate in his front yard. And he's the one that, like, introduced me to, like, Girl and, like, Mouse and
that's
like
dope.
All just like the roots of what is like today. And even before, of course there's roots before that, but my roots, you know, my specific roots. Very grateful for that. Yeah.
That's cool. That's when skateboarding was really they beautiful at the time, you know, because at the earlier stages it was a little, you know, they were just learning all the stuff. And when, like you said, when Girl came out with like Yeah Right, and you said Mouse, I mean, they're already they had style to it.
And the Hot Chocolate Tour.
Hot Chocolate Tour.
That's like, I would see those, and again, big love to Ruben. He would like teach me. So, okay, I'm kind of skipping timelines, or I'm jumping timelines a little bit. But so once I got my board, I wasn't able to skate yet. I just would put it on the carpet. This is me really young. So then after maybe about a year, my mom would be like, try it outside. And I'd go in the backyard and I would just put it down. And I just remember just like wiggling, you know, trying to get that balance.
Right. And
after a while, you know, I just kept going back to it. Like I'd do my thing, I'd go on tour, I'd play music, come back, I want to skate. And it became more like prominent and more like, I don't know. Now I can look back in hindsight with the awareness and understanding that was a meditation early on. You know?
That's cool. Yeah, you had something to come home to, and it was kind of like your release too.
Yeah. Another one was, of course, being on stage. But I wasn't always on stage, like performing or creating music. But like that, skateboarding, art, and just being alive. Let's give like that like, I don't know, just sense of gratitude, you know?
That's dope.
I wanted to ask, do you remember what kind of board it was? Like the board that you had at Target that you found? Or
Yeah,
Kmart?
Kmart. Yeah.
Kmart, my bad.
So
Kmart.
it was actually like so I remember it had like an alien on it. It was an alien, and it was like, it wasn't like a brand though, I don't think. And then after that board, I got a flip. That was my first like pro board, and I got that later on. But yeah.
Did you get to go to the skate shop for that?
Dude, yes, the first skate shop
That's
I've
dope.
ever been to. And I remember this clear as day. They blessed me as a kid, and I'm so grateful. Legends Board Shop.
Okay.
Legends
Downey?
Board Shop, Downey.
Okay.
I was like right on Firestone, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I remember going in there, and it was almost that feeling of like when everything's just like it's so amazing. Like you want to look at everything. That's what I felt at a skate shop. That's literally like you go in there, and it's like, oh my goodness, you're seeing things that like maybe you've never seen before. There's questions. There's like so much just energy. And I learned that like really on, because I don't feel that from any other store. I only feel it in skate shops.
I only felt it one other time. What the first cannabis store that I got to go to, like,
oh, okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like a
dispensary,
a dispensary. I was blown away because this is right when it turned legal, like when you could go in there, and that's the only time I ever was like, oh my god. But yeah, like that same feeling as a kid though in the skate shop for the first time. You just want to look at everything.
Yeah.
You want to put your board together like piece by piece.
100%.
Yeah.
And at that time, like I remember my mom. Big love to my mom. She's always so supportive of like anything I ever wanted to do. And she'd go into the skate shop. It's like, hey, can you help my son like build a board? You know, like me, I wouldn't say anything. I would just be there.
Yes.
You know. And yeah, man, I could really resonate with what you're saying.
Dude,
for
that's
sure.
so cool.
Would you ever get that like when you first walked into the skate shop, would you ever get that feeling of like being scared or like not knowing what to get? Because I've heard people tell me like, oh, the first time they were in a skate shop, they were like,
it's a little intimidating.
Intimidating, that's the word. Yeah.
You know, of course, those are thoughts. You know, of course, those thoughts arose. You know, but I didn't give them any energy. Like it was more so, and I remember this early on as a kid too. I just remember like, wow, I'm just so happy to be here. Like whatever experience that I'm meant to get from this, and this is looking back in hindsight, as a kid, I'm just being myself. I'm still just being myself. But looking back at it in hindsight, I think to answer your question, I didn't really give those thoughts like energy because I was just so present and grateful to just be there. And that's why like even now, fast forward a little bit, like being able to help with the skate shop and be able to do things. It's like, I'm grateful that I didn't get any like bad memories of a skate shop. You know what I mean? Like I see nothing but just like we're for the community. Every skate shop, we're here for the community and because we love skateboarding. Everything else is just, just a little extra. But when it comes to skate shops, it's such a beautiful pinnacle of his life,
That's cool.
Yeah,
shout out to skate shops, because I mean it could make or break a kid, like if they're super cool with them and they'll keep coming back and
got your locals out, you got it's a safe haven,
right? You get to hang out, you get to watch skate videos, and that was the funnest part, because you could see the newest stuff coming out, and
100%, all the promo videos.
Either you could pay attention to it, or you could just be chopping it up with everybody else.
Yeah.
Or you can get scared, and maybe you didn't have a great experience. Maybe a skate shop didn't give you that attention, or maybe it was like, you don't know nothing, kid. You know what I mean?
When they did, because like, I'm not gonna lie, it's happened, but like even when it did, I still was just like so stoked, because it's like, dude, even if you're upset while giving me the board, I'm still getting the board, I'm still here, and I can still like enjoy it.
It's funny because I'll treat it like skateboarding, like in a way now that I'm older, like going to a skate park. People might look at you like, oh, who is this guy coming in here? And then all of a sudden I know exactly what I want or what I'm doing, So then they come in and they go, oh dang. Like, I'm judging this guy by the way he looks, but now he's coming in, he's like, yeah, I want that chocolate board, 825, whatever. Twin paddle. He knows the lingo. All of a sudden, he's like, this guy, all right, it's kind of cool. But you never know, you never know how you're going to be treated until you just don't let it bother you. Just go in there, be yourself. 100%. And then like I said, if I treat it like a skate park and go in there and just do my tricks, I'll earn the respect later on, if not that day.
The love speaks for itself. Right. 100% in everything.
So like sometimes, you walk into a skate shop and you're like, are they going to even ask me if I want help? Like sometimes people don't want help. They already know what they want. But it's friendly when someone goes, hey, is there something that you're looking for? Maybe I can help you. Say if you're looking for shoes. Is there a particular size you need?
100%. Just being there. Being there. Yeah, man.
But I mean, but shout out to the ones that do and are friendly,
Yeah, I mean? Big love. And that's the early skate memory I have is literally Stix. The skate shop in like San Gabriel Valley.
Yeah.
And it used to be on Myrtle.
Okay.
And now we moved a little bit down the street, but we're still there. And I remember going in there and being so just welcomed. Yes. And big love to my brother George. He was exactly what you said. Like, hey, how can I help you? Like being helpful for their not only just customer, but like potential friend. Like or even just community. And I always feel that at that skate shop. And same thing with like, just really you bring the love wherever you go. At least that's the goal. But when you go into a place where that love is received and reciprocated, it's a blessing.
Oh yeah. And I feel like a lot of skate shops are like that. You know what I mean? Because it's a different kind of business than any other place you go to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more like a hangout kind of spot too.
Yeah.
At least I feel like they should be. Because that's how they always
100%. Yeah, man. It's the place to chill on the couch, watch some skate videos. If you buy something, it's all good. But we're here for you.
That's
cool.
Like
definitely.
Yeah, and a safe place for kids to go hang out.
Yes.
It's like we were talking earlier how like, we just got her on the show right now.
This is my wife, y'all. This is Lauren.
I'm Lauren Flores. We just got married to Max, and I've always known him from like growing up in school and everything. So I just want to thank you guys for allowing this opportunity for the both of us to come in here and speak our truth and our just experiences. And being here, you guys are talking about chilling on the couch and just like good vibes. That's what you guys bring. And so I appreciate the comfortability of you guys allowing this. And my husband, because he's amazing, and I hope you guys can see a sneak peek into his life, because it's been going from way back, and he had the passion, always has been. You guys have the passion, and it speaks for itself. But my sister too, she's the one who put me on. She used to work at Borders in West Co, and back before that too, we were in East LA, El Sereno. It's like Hillside Village, Lincoln Park, right there by the Ducks. My cousin, shout out Daniel, he passed away. He used to go by Vesic, sorry.
Yeah.
Vesic. And then my cousin, Little Ronnie, too. We were just
big
with
love.
him
Big
last
love,
night. And
yeah, we were just with them last night at the Tiny Giants.
Okay.
She's covering for Peralta. Peralta's not here right now, so she's going to be a couch goer
Big
for
love
today.
to Peralta. You're in spirit, brother.
Peralta, shout out. But I was telling you how we were talking about, sorry about that.
No,
but
you're good.
I was telling you that, some kids remember that. I remember how, like, you were talking earlier how, like, little positive things I would tag at the skate park. Kids remember that. Same thing at the skate shop, how they're treated. 100%. Kids get older and they remember all the skate shop treated me like not the respectful way, or the skate shop treated me well. So kids remember that. And,
100%.
That's how you guys were just talking about right now. And then, like, I just thought about that. And there's some skate shops when I was younger, too. I remember, like, some of them are cool and some of them are not. And yeah, like to me back in the day, telling you the positive things, and you told me how you remember that same positive stuff,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you probably didn't go back to that shop again if they didn't treat you the right way. And sometimes you go to a shop, like for me personally, like maybe I went to that shop because they had like a signing that day. Maybe like Nigel Houston came out to like Identity Board Shop, and that's how you get introduced to new places, because maybe you're going there for another reason. And all of a sudden, these people are really cool. And you're like, maybe I'll take the drive to come back and support, or at least come by and say hello, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And talk. Because now that we do the show, I mean, I want to support everybody out there.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Man. We all love the same thing.
Yes.
We got to unite, and unify because we are all aligned and connected through the love of skateboarding.
That's right.
And, all that other stuff is just extra, you know, like be here now and just support each other.
That's dope. That's dope.
Amen.
All right. Are you goofy or are you regular?
I'm regular footed.
Regular footed?
Yeah. I do like skating
I'm
switch
goofy.
sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are some of your favorite local spots to hit?
Well, we mentioned them earlier, the 24-hour ledges. Now that they're not there anymore, but that was literally like
The spot.
the first spot like that I ever seen like as a kid. My buddy, big love to Steve Mercado.
Shout out.
This would be like 2015 even, so it's going a little bit past or a little more farther in the timeline, but yeah, he brought me there and I was just like, man, this is like, I see P-Rod here, like, you know, like,
Oh, really?
yeah. And then like we saw Tori Puddle there and stuff, and it's just like seeing that in your hometown at that time was just like, man, I got more what's it called when you get for lack of a better word, starstruck
Yeah.
over professional skateboarders than like artists and musicians.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like as a kid. But yeah, when it comes to that spot specifically, have a lot of good memories. Or the courthouse across the street, the 24-hour ledges. That was my first like kinked handrail ever.
Okay.
And my buddy, he actually sacked it, and he wanted to run to the hospital. I think I told you about that story. Yeah, he was good though. He was good, but you know, Queen of the Valley's right there, so he's like, "Oh, dude, I need to run to the hospital." I'm like, "No, calm down. It's all good."
Yeah, he wasn't bleeding or anything?
No,
Okay,
it was just he got into the board slide, and as the kink comes, you know, you gotta like bend your knees a little extra to like get through it. Like you gotta nudge it, you know. He kind of just went on and thought it feel like the same, I guess, and his board went straight, and he like the kink, so it's like this. He hit it on like the straight part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just shot out or?
Yeah, just shot out.
Sack the sack or sack the leg?
Sack the sack.
Ouchie.
Sack the sack, man. But he was good though. So it's a happy ending. But I mean, he wanted to run to the hospital. I'm glad he didn't though.
That's cool. Yeah, you never know. Well, yeah, you don't want to bill for nothing. You know, the hospital bill, those things are ridiculous.
I thank God I've been very blessed and fortunate that haven't gotten really not that serious injury. I'm grateful. And you know, I just have faith. I do it for fun, and I try not to go overstep my capabilities. You know, I just have fun with it. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just
you push a little what you think you can.
Yeah,
handle.
to your own. Like if I'm like, for example, if I did a board slide down a handrail, it's like, okay, and it's a kink rail. Okay, maybe I'll try it. You know, like I ended up doing it. So it's like, and of course, you know, I've gotten like things like rolled ankles, and I bursted my Achilles, and I have like a scar on my chin from like I was skating the 3-stair at West Covina, and I was doing a fakey cab, and I was leaning too much on my nose, and my tail just.
Oh, it came up and hit you. Ooh.
But it's all good. But you know, skateboarding, it's whatever you make it.
It is.
Know, and whatever God has in store for you. When you got faith, cruise with faith, not just sight. You know.
That's amazing. Heck yeah, live by that, man. All right. What are your favorite stuff to skate though? Like you said ledges and handrails, stairs, kind of doing everything.
Mani pads. Flat ground.
Flat ground?
Love flat ground. Flat ground was like, because I started off in my backyard. So I was like, as time progressed and I did my first ollie, and I remember I did my first kickflip inside my room. I was holding on to like my like bed frame and like from the backside. So it was just like having a stable thing to hold. And I popped a kickflip and I landed. I was so stoked. And then going to the backyard and trying it. Right. And then getting it, that feeling, it's like flat ground is just so like self-fulfilling and fun, you know.
I've been getting a little bit out there. So
dude, I saw that heel flip on the kicker.
Hey, thank you.
Definitely, brother.
Yeah, I got that one. I was surprised myself.
Speaking of heel flips, I was about to ask you, did you get kick flip or heel flip first?
Kickflip first.
Kickflip
first.
I think we all did. I did too. Like I wasn't a heel flipper.
And then
in the
I would do. So I couldn't heel flip, so I would disco flip.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I would heel flip, but my mind at the time just wouldn't resonate with the fact that, okay, my left foot's going, so I need to kick and come back. I would kick and spin. So, because like my momentum is like that. And I would do, and I remember landing when I was like, like, what was that? And then I would see like that trick and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's that. And then like kind of just trying stuff like varial flips.
Yes.
I just flicked it. And then I just like felt it and I was able to see like, oh, I've seen that trick before. Oh, it's a varial flip. Or my friend would be like, oh, try this. And like, you know?
Yeah.
But flat ground. And many
Flat
pads, ledges, rails.
That's cool.
Maybe like some like a 5-stair rail's fun sometimes.
Okay.
I skated this rail in Hawaii. It was a 5-stair rail. The ground, oh my goodness, that was so much fun. I board slid it, and then I tried a few other tricks, but it was like right in front of like a like designer store.
Okay.
So we thought we were Dior.
Yeah,
We thought we were gonna get kicked out.
We didn't.
We ended up having a 2-hour session there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it
With
was
the
so
locals from there too, from Hawaii. Shout out
big
to Shai.
love to
Shout out
Shy,
to
Use, the whole SFK,
Yeah.
Stay Free. They're literally our family out there, and they skate too. So they were showing us some spots, and there was barbecue, and that's great.
That's dope.
Dude, sounds awesome.
Shout out to the locals.
Yeah, we
Big
both
love.
brought our boards out there, and Max actually got me a board, grip tape, the clear one, so I could have my Hello Kitty logo on it. It was a girl board too, because I'm a girl, so I just always liked repping girl. And Stix, yeah, they came through with the grip tape and all the extra supplies, the wheels and everything. So he said, hey, help me set it up, and ever since then I've been trying to cruise with him, and I film him mostly more than
She
cruising,
has
but he'll
great
still
angles,
help
man.
me out with that.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, shout out.
All right.
Even my buddy Nigel, he's like, who filmed that? I'm like, oh, Lauren. She's like, man, that's a good angle. Like, dude, I tell her.
Do you tell her where to go, or she just films it?
No, she kind of just films it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I trust her. Like we were skating Ferg, and there's like this ledge in the front when you go in, and it's like this. It's like a slight U, right?
Mhm.
And I didn't tell her where to film. She was just right in the middle, and she went like this, and like that, and I was like, I was like, that was perfect.
Yeah, well, I usually see him do it like a couple times first, and then I see the directions that he's going, or even after the trick, I try to leave it longer, that way in case he throws a little extra something. If he's not planning to do a
Turns
line,
into
but
a
then he feels good,
spontaneous line.
Yeah.
and then he just keeps on continuing that, so then I'm like, okay, I kind of just see what he's doing and like go coincide with that. But yeah, Nigel, he's really just been
Big
like
love
helping
to my
me
brother
be a
Nigel.
little bit more comfortable just around the guys and be like, you know what, you're in it too, even though like
Yeah, he's
you know.
literally like a big brother. It's so rad.
Nigel, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted
Shout
to-
out to him.
I wanted to ask, can we ask how you met him or not yet?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
Absolutely.
Can
Man,
we get
I
into it?
remember this day like clear as like yesterday, especially because I wrote about it in my journal. And
Wait, first, my bad. First, Nigel, and let the people know Nigel Alexander.
Yes.
Just in case you.
yeah,
wondering.
NKA.
Yeah.
I grew so going back to how I told you
NK Vids, right?
NKA Vids, yes.
NK Vids.
Going back to my neighbor Ruben, he would show me the Have You Heard Of series when I was like when they were coming out, when Lamont Holt and like Barante Ramirez, when they were showing Renee Serrano, he was showing these up and coming skaters who are now still amazing, you know. And to see that early in such a well curated video, I was like watching a TV show, like watching Fuel TV or something, you know, like it's so rad. And I got so inspired. And then, so to answer your question, the way I met him, one day I was skating Harbor.
We pulled up at crack of dawn.
We were watching the sunrise over at Harbor.
Okay.
And this is before the sun came up, so we parked, watched the sunrise, and I've been wanting to go to this park. And we get there, and there's no one there, and I'm like, oh, it's like I'm about to just enjoy, you know. So I'm doing my thing. I like to stretch, and I was actually meditating. I was right in the middle of meditating, and because I like to meditate sometimes, especially early on in the day. Like it's a good way to start, you know, morning prayer, morning meditation, and being able to just align your
chakra.
That yes, but also visualize what you want for the day. So if I wanted to try a kickflip nose manual, I'm gonna visualize it. I'm gonna see myself doing it. I'm gonna feel how it feels in this meditation, and then I'll try it. And that's why I meditate. And I don't just meditate to skate, but I meditate just to live, you know. And but going back to it, so I was meditating, and I remember my eyes were closed, and I heard a skateboard come in. I was like, oh, okay, sweet. Like, another skater's here. And I just heard, I didn't open my eyes yet at all. And then I think there was there wasn't another skater, but there was like a jogger or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard Nigel's voice. And in my meditation, I remember this clear as day. And I heard his voice, and I'm like, that's Nigel Alexander. Because remember, I've watched his videos. He always talks in the videos. Like, he has that distinctive voice. So I was like, okay, that's Nigel. So I opened my eyes, and I'm like, that's Nigel. Okay. Wow. So he's skating. He's holding this blunt steel rail, and it's like a slappy rail.
Right.
And I just see him
like
cruising
the
in.
little red ones, right?
Yeah, cruising in. He's got a smile on his face, holding this rail. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, that's so rad. And I'd never seen a rail like that too. So I was like double like stoked just to see. So then he's skating. Lauren's there, and I tell her, I'm like, oh, that guy's big inspiration to me.
And I think we watched a couple videos to where I was like kind of familiar.
Yeah.
Just like his face and like he said his voice, but we were in the middle of meditating and we had already like sunrise, sunsets. That was like our main thing. Being outside at the skate park is like just the best because we'll have a picnic or like, you know, do our thing. And then regardless, like we were at the park before, I think it was Harbor Park, and you had met up with what's his name with the dreads, and he was kind of already like, oh, you're going to Harbor, like.
Yeah, that was Taj's dad.
Yes.
Big love to Taj.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his dad.
So it's like he was already speaking it like into existence. Like this was what we were.
Yeah, now we were at Westchester when we were skating with them, and they were like, "It's like if you're gonna go cruise the park in the Rising, go to Harbor." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we ended up cruising there, and then that just aligned, and then so he was skating, and then I remember him coming up to me, and he was just like, "Hey, like, you want to try out this rail?" Because he was doing like. He was letting people just like try it out. I guess he was filming a video, and I didn't know, but he wasn't filming though. He was just like wanted just genuine like
feedback maybe on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll try it. Yeah, I'd love to. So I tried it, and then after I was just like, dude, I just gotta tell you, you've inspired me so much, and I'm so grateful that you not only let me skate rail, but like, dude, it's nice to meet you. Right. You know?
Right.
Just giving him his flowers. And that whole day, we were skating literally for like hours, and then he did this switch frontside flip Manny on the bump to Manny pad, and he was like, "Dude, I haven't done that trick in so long." He's like, "Bro, it's the session of this energy of the session." Yeah. I was like, man, that meant a lot because I'm stoked. I did a kickflip nose manual on it too. I've never done that in my life. Okay. So the energy was just so like. It was there. It was up. You know, it was a good time. And anyway, after he is like, dude, you coming back? I think you coming back to the park? And I was like, so the second time we hung out was actually, we went back to Harbor. So I went back to I think it was like the next day, but it was with my buddy EJ. And because this time I went with my wife, and then I went back with EJ. And I was just like, yo, dude, I'm at Harbor. And he's like, oh, dude, I'm pulling up in a little bit. He's like, my friend's coming too. Day one. And I'm like, oh my goodness, almost round 3 is like my favorite video ever. And that you know, when the song All These Things That I've Done comes on, and the slow-mo of his tray flip fakie on that like broken, like, you know what I'm talking about? The broken bowl, and he does that tray flip fakie. And then all his manual tricks, him and Rodney are like my favorite skateboarders. So when Nigel introduced me to Day One, I was just like, same thing, just grateful and giving him his flowers. And I don't know, Nigel just kept inviting me to things. That's cool. And literally, and then I invited him to my birthday party. And he came. Well, so he didn't come that day. What had happened was he was going out of town. But he said, I wanna invite you to a birthday party since I couldn't go to your birthday party. And I was like, bro, it's all good. Like, it's all good. You know, he's like, nah, I want you to come. And we ended up going to Paul Rodriguez's birthday party. Oh, wow. And I was at the Primitive Park, and I was able to, he's like, bring wife, like, come, like, let's go, let's just have a good time. He's like, let's hang out all day. Like, sunrise. Oh, we always catch sunrises. So that was the big thing with us. He noticed, he was like, dude, like, nobody's ever here. Like, usually I'm just here for a couple hours, cruise around, and then the locals come in. Yeah. He's like, but you're up to catch sunrise. I'm like, anytime. And just like 3 weeks ago, we caught a sunrise and we jumped in the ocean. That's
crazy.
a whole other story. We've literally we've become such brothers. I'm so grateful for him.
That's cool, man.
That's
Shout out to
that's the
Nigel.
story. Big love to my brother Nigel.
But when we met P-Rod too at his birthday, they had the tables and everything set up so he couldn't skate the primitive park, but we
I
were
still
able
haven't
to
skated the
look
primitive park
around and everything. And then I still gifted him this heart with the "You Are Here." Me and Max have it tatted. Just little
Conscious
things that
reminder.
remind us with their stickers on his hydro flask. It's just all of us are here to spread love, and we want to do that and keep us present in the moment. You're here as much as I'm here.
And I have a tattoo. We have matching tattoos.
Everybody's here to have a good time, but he really I guess felt that energy too, and he literally put it up right after everyone saying happy birthday, and it said "You Are Here."
Oh yeah,
so.
I posted a video journal about going there. Cause I asked Nigel, I'm like, dude, is it okay if I film? He's like, dude, do whatever you want. I'm like,
That's cool.
Started his journey videotaping,
and he inspired me to
RSSs
do
and
video
stuff.
journals. That's
Yeah.
not cause I remember we had this conversation. He's like, man, dude, I love that you journal, and I'm like, dude, you do that too through videos. He's like, yeah, man. And he's like, I'm like, he always say if something happened and he needed to remember something, you just watch all his videos. And it just bring him back, and he's like, "That's exactly how you are with your journal."
Right.
And yeah,
You got the facts right there in your head. There's no,
it's
changing
memories,
the story.
man.
It's not changing. You can't change the story because it's already written down.
Yeah, no,
You're like, oh, I know exactly what happened that day.
yeah, and this is my 12th journal. So this one has been I think I started this one in September 8th of this year. But yeah, I have 12 journals. I've been journaling every day since I was 17. And throughout that, it helped me a lot with coming to peace with my career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and a lot of other things too. But
I got a question.
course,
How often and what do you write in your journal?
my thoughts, my ideas, my feelings, my anxieties, my understanding of things. So, but mainly I journal to remember. You got to remember to remember.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big thing because so many things happen. There's so many outside influences, whether if we receive them or we don't, subconsciously we're receiving them. Journaling kind of slows everything down, and it's like a meditation, but it's also like a helpful, physically helpful meditation because you can refer back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps with self-guidance as well because you got to give grace to yourself and how far you've come, and when you see it on paper, it's a different feeling because you don't just see it or feel it, or you don't just feel it, you see it.
You're using all your senses.
Exactly.
You're thinking it, and then that's in your brain, and then you're bringing it to existence, writing it physically, and then reading it, hearing it back to yourself. We journal together. This one's mine if you want to check it out. This one's a little bit less complicated. One side's for writing, one side's for stickers. It depends. Everyone is different. Whatever works for you is going to work for you. It may be the same, may be different. He does a little bit of everything all in one, but to have that physicalness, I have schooling, and he may not have really went to school, but the fact of it is just being able to have something to reach yourself aside from memorizing. You don't need to memorize, but to remember is the important thing because you're speaking to yourself in this. So if you're going to learn anything in life, learn through your own experiences at the end of the day. That will help you figure out where you want to go or what you've done.
Yeah, and my journal, it's when I look at my journal, it's I'm able to go back in time and I can remember certain things. But ultimately, I have a little, not format, but it's always different, but I keep the date. And I always write everything that I do. So to answer your question, I write as I go. And if I can't write as I go, then I'll take a picture, and I like to sketch things too. Like when we went to Joshua Tree, I sketched out, I just kind of I'll show you. This was yesterday actually. So we saw the skull rock, and we saw heart rock, just things to remember. And then and then we went to the visitor center, and they had a stamp.
Can we show it? Can you see?
Yeah,
this?
sure.
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
We can't see
Yeah.
this.
How do I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we saw skull rock, so I drew it, and then heart rock.
Shout out to the family. They got us coming out there. My little sister's birthday. my mom would help us kind of just come together too with the whole family, and my cousin's birthday, and my middle name's Rose too, so
These are my friends.
his
Like,
last name
really
being
goes back
Flores,
to
flowers have been like a main
thoughts and
thing in our
ideas.
life. It's just giving each other flowers, giving yourself
Gotta
flowers,
give
growing,
flowers.
planting seeds, whether it's mentally or physically, and then watering yourself and watering just everyone around you, and you're in the ways that you do and create. Like whether I do art too, and he's like, you know what, I do it as a hobby. I used to think it was a
She's
hobby.
incredibly
He's like,
gifted.
you're an artist.
She's
You know, you
incredibly
have
gifted.
to be able to put yourself in a position where it's like out of the comfort zone. Like we were saying earlier too, where it's like you're doing amazing things and you see it differently because you're so zoomed in, but people see you in a different light and they help you recognize your own creation and your own accomplishments through that too, because we've gone through years and years, but it's our first time living, and you know, everyone has to learn through their experiences of actions and things. But to have it on paper and reflect, like that's beautiful for us to be able to pinpoint at the exact same day or what exactly happened and things like that. So
One thing that you guys are saying about writing it and journaling that I've learned, that it's so good to have that, because you know what, like just reading it, it's cool, you know, but the mind, the way it works, writing it down, it's even more, because your mind, it's activated to remember, you know. You could go, sometimes you forget, you could go back and it's right there, like how you said, you go back and you see what you did that day, the mind refreshes.
Oh, you're
it's
like
always
you're back there
it's
again.
like a mind thing, a mind game, you know.
Yeah. And like journaling for me has helped me with my creativity. I've had all these ideas in my mind and in my heart since I was in like 6th grade, since I was making music and stuff, and I'd always draw this sun with a happy face, and I'd always draw. I never understood what it meant. I just drew it and I knew it felt good. And I'm so grateful that I put it on a piece of paper, because when you have an idea, right? Whether if you have the piece of paper or you don't, you still put it out. You're putting it out into your first creation of making it a reality, because it comes from your mind to writing it down to that's the first step to bring it into reality.
Right.
And there's a lot of things like with Smile Talk and being able to have my ideas, like for example, this right here, this is a hat that I'm working on, and it's just like ideas, and this is another design you guys can see too.
or like your fingerboards, right? You
Exactly.
have that in your journal.
Yeah.
that
Well, I've
plan
also
to
been
do it.
fingerboarding for almost as long as I've
And
been
now
skateboarding.
you got your own model. You're in shop and everything through Smile Talk.
Big love to Famous Decks and DK. Yeah, this is a deck that we created. Has a fun shape on it. It's called the Rasta Splat Smile Talk Fingerboard Deck.
Can you find those at stores, or where can you get those at?
Yeah, we're actually available at Stix.
That's your local shop, right?
That is my local
And
shop.
online.
Shout out.
And
as
online
well.
at Stix's website. But yeah, it's there. We just got some sticker packs in as well, and so you got some decks, you got completes, you got decks in 32 and 34.
I see you're wearing a shirt.
Yeah, big love, man. This is.
Do you have your complete set up? Maybe do a little trick for them. It's all set up.
Do I have my fingerboard? It's in my bag,
Oh,
actually. Yeah, well,
A little demo.
So,
that sounds fun.
I wanted to ask,
Yeah.
how did you get involved with Stix? You said you worked there, or how did
I
you get?
grew up going there. I grew up going there. I grew up going to Pond. I grew up going to Borders. But Stix was like, when I went there, George was just such a helpful person. And I didn't even know he was the boss. You know, I'm a kid. I don't really understand, like, who's higher, you know, like, whatever. To me, it's still all the same. It's like, George is like the best boss ever. He's like my brother, you know? So, like, we've just grown an organic connection of just the love of skateboarding and just him being a good person and him treating every customer that comes to the door like family, you know? And because it really does, like you said, you remember those moments, you know? That's why I really give grace to Stix and George and be able to bless me with the opportunity to live out a dream of just, I've always dreamt of even working at a skate shop, being a part of a skate shop, writing for, all that stuff is just a dream, you know? And dreams come true when you have faith and you keep going and you just do your best.
And
That-
skating coincides with the clothing, the streetwear, everything like
Yeah,
that.
it's the
gra-
culture, man.
The art, the
The love
graffiti
of the
you see, the
culture.
stickers you see slapped up on the parks and everything, on the
For the ones that are
poles,
paying
on everything.
attention, it's literally, it goes back to what you were saying as well, like reminders and like things that, oh, if you see another human being do it, you can do it too. You
Right.
know, especially when you love it. When you love something, that's that little that's the fuel in your car. You know, the love is the fuel, you know.
Who were some of your dream sponsors growing up?
Man, well, growing up, I would see Mouse and Hot Chocolate Tour. I love Crail Tap. Growing up at West Coast too, you know, Vincent Alvarez would always be there, and big love to another inspiration, Martin Barnell. He was so nice to me, and I remember this. He would literally like, cause that's all Crail Tap, so he'd bless with like decks and like wheels, and still to this day, it's my favorite company. So I would definitely say Girl.
That's dope.
Royal, you know, I like Bones wheels. I do. Recently, Nigel's been putting me on to the Powell.
Flight deck.
No, well those
Keep
two.
them
You're talking
on
about the
those,
center.
No,
ones that-
I'm blanking on the name right now, but the wheels that
Dragon
are
wheels?
like dragon wheels. Thank you,
Okay.
babe.
Yeah.
I
They're,
rock
Gotcha.
those.
yeah, I love them. They're like a good sense of hard and softness, and it's like a good balance for like street and park, and you can still power
Are
slide.
those Spencer Siemens Pro Model or no?
So I think so. Big love to Spencer.
Shout out.
We actually skated a few times, some spots, and he's an awesome person. Him and his wife, big love. But yeah, I believe he did a like a, what do you call it? A team version or not team? Like
Pro model?
pro model
model.
of the wheel.
Okay.
But yeah, I believe those are dragons,
Yeah,
and
I
they're
seen the advertisement.
yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
His
I'm,
new,
I'm using
Pro
the
Deck.
Dragons right now.
Flight,
Yeah. But there's new ones now that Andy Anderson was talking about.
Big
how,
love to Andy.
He has
man.
the shoes too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
Andy.
these wheels that are like
The nanos. The
yeah,
nano.
where you put the
I believe that's what they're called, but
They're like wavy.
the bearings
grooves.
more centered,
yeah,
Yeah.
for like coconut wheelies and
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, stuff
he's
that I
such a
don't even know.
unique soul and such a gifted soul. Nigel actually introduced me to him
Mhm.
without me meeting him yet.
Mm.
He was talking about him to me, and then somehow we just aligned. We were at the barracks, the Psy Games one with like that little pop up one that they just did. Did you hear? You were there, right?
I wasn't there.
You weren't
but
there,
The
okay.
recent one, right?
The
Recent.
what? Yeah, the recent one. So
Yeah.
You did the late show.
yeah.
I seen that.
Dude, I don't know how that rail was. That's the biggest handrail I ever skated.
Yeah.
But I front lipped it and board slid it, and I was so stoked.
That's dope.
That was just so in the moment. And then I was skating with my boy John and LJ. That was so rad.
Trey
'cause
was
they
there
did-
too.
Trey, big love to
And-
Trey.
Talking about streetwear, me and Max like to thrift. I was at the
love
thrift
thrifting.
store, and I was like, "Dang, Barracks is gone." You know, we got to go to the skate park. Thank you, babe, and your homies that allowed us to.
Big love to
I
my
got a
brother
low
Dougie.
"You Are Here" on the side, but I had found this shirt and it said Barracks on it, and it had the logo, and I was like, "No way! I've never seen this shirt like in stores or anything."
This is a
like,
rad story.
All right,
And
but
it's true.
I was wondering where it's come, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get it just for the memorabilia. It was for like youth, so I'm a smaller size, so it fit me. It was like $1 something. Come to find out, 2 weeks later, they had that one day only event. I was like, perfect. I'm gonna pull up and wearing it and everything. He sees the shirt, Eric
Steve Bear.
Carlson and Steve Bear, and
Mhm.
Steve Bear specifically was like, oh, like, dude, can I get a picture of your shirt? Like, that brought memories back to. They had like a softball game.
Yeah,
like,
he had explained
just
what
for
the
a
shirt was.
fundraiser.
It was a jersey.
And I got them to both sign each shoulder, and that for me kind of like solidified me to like, okay, like everything's falling into place. Like as much as I feel like I'm around it for like my husband, you know, and supporting him, but it's like, you know, I'm kind of paving my own little way too. And
You've been.
and
I just guide a little
Yes.
bit, but it's in you
back
already.
to Stix though, I wanted to say back to Stix. They sponsored Tiny Giants, and we were there last night.
That was a good
and
time,
Max got
man.
to drop off a box
Big
with
love.
a board and bless a fellow skater. My cousin Ronnie Levis, he did the book for them, and he was the DJ. And we had just so happened to see him there organically. He missed the trip to Joshua Tree.
Yeah, we were gonna go to.
We
He was gonna
still
come
saw
to the
him.
Joshua Tree trip. We didn't
So-
know, because he's like, "Oh, I got some stuff to do." All good. We ended up going to the event, and he's DJing. So it was like divine alignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Dude,
yeah,
that's right.
Big love to Stix, and Tiny Giants.
Yeah.
All right.
You were saying about the wheels though, like, what other sponsors though?
Oh yeah.
What about
yeah.
a shoe sponsor if you could get one? What are you rocking right now?
Lakai would be probably like my dream sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
I love Lakai. I'm wearing, sorry to answer your question, I'm wearing some Nikes, Nike SBs. But I do love Lakai and just Crail Tap, dude. I feel like a lot of them could be checked off by just Crail Tap.
He skates all his SBs too. Even the Born and Raised. Shout out to Sponto.
That's what
those
they're for,
limited edition
shoes,
ones.
Big love to Sponto. Rest
yeah,
in peace.
He
And
did
big
some
love
good
to
tricks
Born
on
and Raised.
them. What kind of tricks did you get in those ones?
What kind of tricks did I get in the shoes? I had a couple sessions. I had more than a couple. But yeah, they're good. They what I do is I skate all my shoes and I'll just leave them at parks. And like I love doing that because I remember getting some shoes at a park like that too, you know, and just carrying it on and also like giving like what you've already gave life to, if you can give it a new life. That's why we love thrifting. Like I grew up thrifting with my grandmother. I'd be really young going to the Segunda. And it showed me that what's meant for you is going to be there. You're not missing out on anything. Yeah. What's meant for you is going to be there. Yeah. And sometimes you don't find the clothes or the piece or whatever you find, it finds you. And it's like, you got to remember someone took the time, energy, and love to drop it off to give somebody, to give it another life for somebody else.
Right.
To do that is, and that's why we love, big love to Homegirl Swap.
Yes.
There are
Lucy,
friends over at Montana.
8,
Lucy, 8, Nez, Paz, everybody over there.
Love Crew.
They're they do that as well. They have this event where it's like free there's no money involved at all. You just donate whatever you've already
Records,
give life
plants,
to,
boards,
anything
shoes.
like books, decks, you know.
Yeah.
So you just go there and you swap. So you meet, say, like somebody with a similar like interest, or you guys love the same thing and it's the same size or something, and you swap these things and you get to see who picks up your stuff, and it's like you get to resonate. Like I found this jacket, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It was like this beautiful, like it looked like it was from like just another country. It was just great. I put it on and it had like my favorite colors, red, green, and yellow, and just really gave a beautiful energy. So I put it on, and this girl comes up to me. She's like, "Man, that jacket is so clean on you." She ended up being like a fashion designer. Yeah. And she's like, I couldn't just like wear the jacket, but like I visualized someone else wearing it, and it was you. And I'm like, whoa, you know, it's just taking that time to donate and give back to, as well as you will receive. And you know, you don't do it to receive, but you do receive when you do so.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out to
Amen
that.
to that. Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yeah. Dude, I love the fact that you're giving it another life, because like they say, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So that's cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Where are some of the places you've traveled to skate? You've been
skate?
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
That was fun. Like I had mentioned before. Let me see. I mean, when I would go on tour as a little kid, I'd always take my skateboard, which was pretty rad. Yeah, I mean, probably some of my favorite places. I would say New York, Chicago, Texas.
That's cool.
Let's see. There's some really good parks in like Arizona.
Yeah, they're big out there, right?
I feel like when I travel to skate, though, I mainly only skated parks. I want to as I continue to travel and grow, I want to skate more like things that I find and things that like just align with me and my path in that moment. You know, like that's what I've been doing more now, and it's been so fun.
Yes,
it's been so fun.
That's the best way to do it, man.
Yeah,
just whatever calls out to you.
Going with the flow.
Any place you want to go to skate?
Barcelona. I would love to go to like Bali or like Trenchtown, Jamaica, and skate. I know there's some skate parks over there. Just Jamaica in general, there's a lot of good skate parks that are like look fun. Yeah, dude. Berlin.
Berlin, huh?
The fingerboard capital of the world, man. That's There's some amazing fingerboarders out there.
I
Bro.
did not know that.
He also won first place street fingerboarding and went crazy in Texas. We went to go meet up with our mutual friend couple.
That was a good
to have
time.
some double
Yeah.
days,
Got, like,
but
a
he made
medal and
sure it
stuff.
was when we were there at the right time. He made the time we went there. I was supporting him, rooting him on, and he came home. Actually didn't come home. They sent it in the mail because we left.
Yeah, we had to
go on
catch
the
our
plane
flight. Yeah.
before that.
I
but
didn't know I won. I don't play to win. I never.
Right.
I don't like to play to win. I like to play to have fun, like
Mhm.
genuinely. If it happens, it happens. You
They
know.
gave
but
you like what, a quarter pipe? Half
they
pipe?
blessed me with a lot of things. They sent me a medal. They sent me like a half pipe. They sent me
For fingerboard.
Yeah, for fingerboard.
What kind of contest was this? A fingerboard contest?
It's
Like,
called
who-
USA FBL. It's like America's version of like the Olympics.
For fingerboarding.
For fingerboarding, yeah. I won in 2 categories. It was Game of Skate, and I played like 8 people in Game of Skate. And then I think that one was like I placed like 2nd or something.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I didn't even really
Neck to
pay
neck.
attention. And then after that, it was the flow course.
Uh-huh.
That was fun. I remember that. I was just like, because I love the park. The park was actually imported from Germany, Berlin.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it was a good time. But big love to Levine, USA FBL. They that was a fun day. Yeah.
Okay. Dude, shout out to that too.
Oh, babe, did you have my fingerboard? I wanted to.
No, you put it in your separate bag.
It's in the big pocket.
Is it?
Yeah, I moved
see
it
it.
because I spilled ink in my bag on accident.
I wanted to
Oh,
I wanted to ask, how did you get connected to that contest?
Well,
New?
yes, also new, but also my brother Petey. Petey is like my first sponsor. He's the one that like, cause I've been fingerboarding, bro, since I was like 6, 7 with tech decks, and I remember I just collect them, and I was able to
Okay.
Oh no, it's right here.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but I just wanted to explain a little bit. But yeah, to answer your question, Petey, he like believed in me and like showed me that like, yeah, dude, you should do contests. I wouldn't have done them, you know. And he was just like, yeah, just try it, and I did, and I loved it because when I was fingerboarding, I call this skating too because it literally is. It's like skating for your feet, for your fingers.
He has a whole skate park in his
I
studio.
have a plaza and then I have an outdoor park as well. But which is a blessing. Petey, the guy I mentioned, he blessed me with it. Him and his son, they made it, and it's like a whole street. So there's like a curb, and there's 2 sections. So it's concrete and granite. So it's like just super smooth. But yeah, dude.
Is that a nollie flip?
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Trying
First
to
try.
nollie tray. There you go.
And how long you been fingerboarding for?
About 20 years.
6 or 7, right?
yeah, about 20.
Oh,
years.
Day One actually got to see him in action with the
Oh, that
fingerboard,
was
too.
fun. We did a
Gave
tech deck
him
thing.
a personal one.
I somehow won in that as well, and he blessed me with a tech deck signed bowl of him.
Replica of his.
Yeah, and it was fun too. Lauren
I
was
was-
skating with his
With
daughters.
his daughters, they were literally
You
fingerboarding
might
right
have-
next to me,
You
and
might need
then
a
he was
grip
getting them on
tape
board.
sponsor for that.
Yeah, this is actually Destroy. So I ride for Destroy, which is Petey's company. That was my first sponsor, and then that led me to meeting a lot of awesome people.
Is that grip or board?
Grip in this
Grip?
case.
Okay.
Yeah, I love their grip, but
Okay.
the trucks, big love to Scott, Alex, Raul, Dynamics, and then the wheels are bearing wheels, urethane, and these are ill pills from Dirty Fingerboards,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I got a little Eminent sticker from my buddy Drake. That's his company up here, and yeah, flat ground is like my favorite thing to skate in fingerboarding.
He has a mini 12 stair though.
Oh yeah, I brought that into the shop.
That one.
How's that on the headphones, Listo? Are you alright?
Sounds da. It's not too bad.
What's one of your favorite flat ground tricks?
One of my favorite flat ground tricks, I would have to say fake you big spin heel flip.
Ooh, that's rad. I can't twist my arm that far, but I could do a lot of like just like flat. If you want to try name one.
I'm good.
No, I'm like try to name one, and
What about a hard flip?
hard flip. Yeah,
Oh,
try to get it a little. There we go. Yeah.
Do you have like upcoming competitions for the tactics that are coming up that you have scheduled on your agenda or not?
Well, now I'm kind of I don't really do contests. I mean, if I do, it's not like super planned. But what I am doing now at Stix is we're going to be having fingerboard events.
Okay.
It's actually the first time talking about this, but this is just some ideas we've been having. And first
Stay
one's going to be next
tuned.
year. And it's just going to be a safe space just to fingerboard and come hang out at a skate shop. And I'll bring the parks and everyone's welcomed, you know?
That's cool.
Shout out.
So I've been doing that more. And if we have contests, it'll be just fun ones. People can get some stuff, you know?
I wonder
but-
if you guys could do like battle of the shops for the tech decks, because I know 88 Skate Shop does tech deck competitions as well.
That'd be nice.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm open-hearted to all of it, man.
You know, dude, that's amazing.
But yeah, hopefully I answered the questions.
Yeah,
With
man. All right, let's get into some of the hobbies off your skateboard.
Mm.
What are you doing off the skateboard?
My career is like one of my. I mean, a hobby, a passion is like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when your heart's behind it. And my first love will always be music.
Mm.
Music is like, it helped me like become the person I am today, just through music and growing. And it still every day helps me, like vibrations, positive vibrations. And looking back at it in hindsight, it was guiding me as a kid to get me to where I am now and
That's
be able
amazing.
to reciprocate and kind of just radiate my love for music to others who are listening to help inspire them and so they can do it, you know, and whatever they do.
Right.
But that's what music does for me. So yeah, music. I love art, graffiti specifically. I've been
seeing some stuff.
painting
Yeah.
since I was about like 12.
Okay.
And I started off with these little stickers you get at the USPS.
Mm-hmm. These ones are here?
Yeah, similar. Those are
Similar?
inspired by them, but this is the original. You can have this one, by the way.
Okay.
I write these this little character. It's I write Namaste. It means the divine in me, honors the divine in you, or Nama for short. So this is Nama right here. But yeah, music, graffiti, skateboarding, teaching,
Teaching.
and just you know, I love it all. Like, you want to go hit some balls at the range, let's do it. You want to play tennis, like,
Shout out to the Dodgers. They won the World
big
Series.
love, you know.
But
I'm open to a lot of there you go. I'm open to a lot of things that are fun.
Not to offend anybody's team out there, 'cause,
It's all love. It's all
you know
love.
what I mean. But we did it.
yeah,
I didn't do. Oh, sorry, not me. They did it.
They did it.
I
Yeah,
didn't do
bro.
nothing.
Gotta
I just
support,
watched.
though.
We support.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
support.
Yeah, I will say that I love seeing him just become more self-sufficient in his own ways and helping others do that. Because even with me, he's like, you know what, babe, like if you could work for some company, you can work for yourself. You know, you gotta, the energy you put into others, put into yourself, and that you end up reaping what you sow 10 times fold, because it's all going in to you, and then you're able to give to others more because you have that solidified. So yeah, he's definitely been, you know, started off teaching my nephew, and then, you know, now he's certified, has classes. So if you guys ever want to learn, hit up Stix. His boss will get you connected to him, and everything will be situated at either South Pass or Monrovia Skate Park. And yeah, his with Smile Talk, it's like he gets to wear his clothes represent himself properly. The stickers, they go on the board. He passes them out at the skate park. You know, just friendly, open energy to whoever he meets overall. And yeah, with the fingerboards, you know, hopefully getting in shoelaces, because Love Crew, they got some shoelaces done, and he likes to rep those as his belt, and just little things like that. Just being able to express ourselves in all aspects, whether it's what we wear, what we do, what we listen to. His music has been coming out in his videos as well, his skate videos.
I noticed that
So
too.
that's even more like just beneficial in all aspects, because it's like it gets the music out in a different way, but also it's like he listens to it too when either he's like skating, fingerboarding, and that visualize it, or like skating at the park. Some people just kind of like to zone in and just be like headphones in. So to be able to have a music outlet that still spreads that same energy and that same light that he's been having, it just, yeah, even more inspiring. So I appreciate you, babe, for helping me and helping everybody else just be able to do what they love and be able to get the benefits from that.
Thank you. I personally don't skate with headphones in though. I like to.
That's what I was gonna ask.
To be there.
Okay,
but I make music for the ones that do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I do want to get into that because I know you did do a lot of that as a child as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's take a quick break, real quick. And we are back, and we're just about to get into the music part about this gentleman. And I want to just mention the fact that you were in one of my favorite videos, the Nas video.
I know I can.
Yes.
Wow, brother.
Wait, which one video? What video?
I know I can.
Be what I wanna be.
The music
If I
video.
work hard at it, I'll be
Come
where
on
I
now.
want to be. Bro, he's
Exactly.
speaking light, bro. And as a kid to be around that energy,
Oh, I mean,
Bro.
you must have been. I mean, because the person you are today, you must have been soaking up a lot of game from a lot of incredible people. I gotta say.
all glory to God, bro.
You know what I mean?
Like he put me in positions where I was able to really go behind the curtain.
I want to go back just a little bit. How did you know, or how did you get discovered, or like to get into that?
Well, it all started with my father.
Mm-hmm.
My dad. Big love to my dad.
Shout out, pops.
He, Mr. All Access. That's his name. He's grown to
Mr. All Access.
He's grown to
Okay.
he's grown to be a very influential public figure.
Okay.
And but so gotta give grace. But he started off as a promoter for New Kids on the Block and Janet Jackson. And I was really young, and I was put around music.
Yes.
And also big love to my cousin Sal, because he's the one that would play hip hop. He would play like old school Biggie, old school Pac, like Easy, like music that I'd hear and it wasn't on the radio.
Right.
What is this? And I'm a little kid, so I'm stoked. I'm like, wow, like I'm seeing this other perspective of sound. And so I was around music really young. And then after that, my dad noticed there's a video online. Well, now it's online, but it was on VH1. It was an interview I did.
Okay.
And they followed me around in like third grade, and we went to the park, and they showed my day-to-day life. And in that, my dad explains a little bit of so this is his perspective. And he told me this story after on, being my dad, but him explaining it in the video, I remember it. And he was saying that there was a song on the radio, and I would hum it, and he would hear me hum it, be like, hold on, like there's a connection there.
Right.
So he put me around more music, and I fell more and more in love with it. And I was finding myself as a little kid through sound and being able to visualize it early on.
When you say little kid, like how old do you say you were?
Well, I got my work permit for it when I was 4 years old. And then I
Crazy.
started traveling
I was making
when I was
mud
around like
pies.
7 years old and 8 years old. And from like 6 to 22, I was really in the whole music industry. Yeah.
Okay.
And I learned that that's not a place I want to be.
Okay.
I love music.
Right.
I want to forever make music. I want to forever learn about music. But the music industry, I would never sign to a major label again. I've been signed to 5 major labels.
Okay.
Atlantic, Sony, BMG, a lot of Capitol. I had a deal with Disney at one point and Nickelodeon and all this stuff. But God, it goes back to what we were saying. God protects you from things that you don't even know you need protection from.
Was there, because all those companies, some of them and some of that, those like Diddy, in other words, they're all being investigated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So did you see any of that going around a little bit, or I mean,
No,
you don't have to
because of
say.
my mother.
Yeah, your mother.
My mom was the one that saw all that before me. She was the one that saw it for me when I was almost even looking at it and not understanding it.
Right.
And then her telling me, like, just let's go to the park. Let's go skate. Let's go. And that goes back to skating.
Right.
It literally was like a balance, bro, like between music and skateboarding, because I believe like everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't change a single thing in my life.
Right.
I'm very grateful for where it's all led me right now in this moment. But what I would continue to do is just give grace and having faith with not knowing something, because it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You make a plan, God laughs at it. I thought I wanted to be in the music industry. I did all this, but when I got to the absolute top, I had the most money in my pocket, most everything. I had the most sadness in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to take that and see it as a window of opportunity to go through and never look back again. Like, when I look back, I give grace because it made me who I am, but I would never again like sign to a major or become this like puppet to a false agenda.
Yeah, you just do it on your own.
Yeah, man. Music is love.
Right.
Love is music. We all express ourselves as babies, clapping our hands, yelling, shouting. We're expressing ourselves. And when you do that intentionally and you do it with love behind it, you get genres like reggae.
That's what I was about to say.
Genres like soul. You get artists that are once in a lifetime like Michael. I had the gift and blessing to be able to meet Michael.
Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
I performed at the Neverland Ranch when I was 8 years old.
Amazing.
And I performed for Joe Jackson's birthday party.
What did you do?
Took my whole family, and I was on stage performing with like Jermaine Dupri and like Janet Jackson and all this, but I also had my own section where I'm just rapping on a stage to like thousands of people. And then my biggest like crowd I've ever performed in.
I did
front
see
of,
you a little Maury Povich show.
that was early on.
Yeah.
I did they did this talent show with like just people who got selected, and my dad was always like submitting me for stuff, and like I guess I always got accepted. And then, you know, the music, when you love something, it speaks for itself, and that's what I felt with music. Like I feel like music is like, I feel like I communicate more behind a microphone than like, and being able to really be present in my thoughts of whatever I'm conversing about in song than I am in just in person. Right. Because it's, I don't know, I feel like when you write, it's like journaling. Like I wrote a song yesterday in Joshua Tree, and it was just me and my guitar. And it's like when you write it down, it really helps you.
It like has its life of its own, kind of, in a way.
You give it life.
Yes.
And you water it. You water that seed, and it plants that idea. And it's like, that's what I feel with music. It's like, if you feel any type of way, write it down. Like write it down, good, bad. Because when you get past it, because everything happens for a reason. Again, if it's hardships, life is a beautiful struggle. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But if you ride that roller coaster with your arms up and just enjoy the ride, you know everything's gonna be okay. You know everything's gonna get better.
Yeah.
You know,
I've said it before. God's not gonna put anything on your plate that you can't handle.
I wrote that in my journal. I remember that.
I
read that within all my other mantras, brother.
So I just had to bring it up again.
We go to church, and he got so connected to the worship and the gospel, because that's like a all-time high. Is like being able to just like praise God and be able to like release whatever you're feeling and just feel good and like
sing along,
move
unify
around.
each other as a community, and just listen to the worship music. It's beautiful. Like I remember, big love to my boy James. He's the one that invited me into his church, and it's been amazing. And I remember the first time I was there, I saw there's Pastor Ryan, and he was singing his song, and it was such a beautiful worship song. They all started to cry on stage. Let me tell you something. I've been on stage since I was 4 years old. Right. I cry every time I'm on stage, and I've been doing that. It's because it's a release of energy, and when you feel that, like my favorite thing to do if we're walking down the pier or the beach and I see someone playing the guitar, just like set up, I love to listen And when you can see them connect with themselves, it's a gift. So when I had that moment of enjoyment listening to not only the gospel but worship music, I connected with it on a really deeper level because I can see how much they love it.
Right.
And it's inspiring to me. So now I'm part of the choir, and man, it's a good time, bro.
That's amazing.
It's a good time. Big
That's
love,
amazing.
Calvary.
Dude, and shout out to the music that you're making too. Is it what type of music would you say that you create?
World music.
World music?
Soul. I've
Okay.
been having fun with reggae. Big love to my brother Luis Dreadlocks, man. He is a legend in himself, and he just got me on like the stage of this festival in San Diego called the Bay Fest.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of energy. It was incredible. Wiz Khalifa performed, and
He's also
Fortunate
been
Youth.
getting into guitar, and
I love
lately in these
guitar.
couple years. And when we crossed paths in San Diego for Jason Mraz concert, he threw his pick into the crowd, and Max found it, and
Oh,
he
wow.
played with the guitar pick on his guitar, and he was already just listening to him and just being like in the vibe and the zone of just like trying to create in just a new form. And so when that happened, it was like yeah, everything happens for a
that was a
reason.
beautiful
We
moment.
see the
Jason
signs,
Mraz
like
is
you're
like one of my
saying.
biggest inspirations.
Shout out to Jason Mraz.
Big love to
That
Jason.
guitar pick just flew out in the crowd. Says, "I'm yours, huh?"
Exactly.
Yep.
You like that? You guys like
Can't
that
make
one?
it
You like
up.
that one?
Can't make it up.
Yep.
Mm.
So if people out there don't know, go check out Jason Mraz.
Oh, he's
got a
incredible,
song
man.
called "I'm Yours."
Good play on
So,
words right there, buddy.
Yes, I knew that'd work. But dude, shout out to that. I've been listening to Jason Mraz as well.
He's
you know,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, he's got some great music. Out
I love
there.
listening to his live stuff
Mhm.
because it's so in the moment. It goes back to what we were saying. And I notice he also, and it's not just crying. Crying is one way of self-expressing it,
Mhm.
but he also does that when he plays live. And it's something that I aspire to continue to grow within this music.
That's cool.
Love,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, because you can tell the music actually means something to him.
Yeah.
I remember I went to see, I think it was Paul McCartney or something like that, right? One of the Beatles, and they were playing one of the songs, and people around me all crying. I'm like looking at them, like, look at these guys, right? They're all. And then I think he started telling a story about how he created one of the songs, and he started playing the song, and man, I couldn't hold together. I started coming out. I was like, "Oh, Dad, what's going on with me over here?"
It's real.
It's real. It's
Right.
real. I could feel it right now, remembering it. You know what I mean? So
beautiful.
it's crazy. It's
Big
amazing,
love to the Beatles.
dude. Ain't nothing like seeing live music.
Nothing,
It's just
bro. Oh my goodness, it's such a gift to just be able to enjoy that experience, and it could be anywhere from outside of a supermarket to a stadium.
oh yeah. I've like the first time I seen DMX in concert. Afterwards, bought all his albums. Right.
Loved it.
I see some guy at the swap
Rest in
meet. They're
peace.
playing some kind of reggae music. I'm like, they sell CDs. I'm like, let me get one of them. You know what I mean? It goes like that.
Yeah, brother.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I
And
remember
got
going the,
got to smoke with them in their little backstage area.
That- That's
At
amazing, man.
the La Mirada swap meet or Santa Fe Swing swap
Santa
meet.
Fe, dude, I
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to perform there a lot with Soto
Oh really?
all the time.
Okay.
But going to what you're saying with just like artists, like bro, I've met so many artists who are so influential that when I meet them like behind the scenes and they're like a completely different person,
Right.
it's like trippy. Like for example, like 50, my big brother.
Shout
He
out
taught
50
me
Cent.
how to make my first paper airplane.
Oh.
And
dope.
if you listen to his, my mom wouldn't even really let me listen to his music at the time. And he's over here just being a big bro.
Yeah.
Outside of everything, it really shifts your perspective in a good way, in a positive way. You know?
I really like him because he doesn't drink or smoke. You know.
Yeah.
He's a straight and narrow dude.
Yeah. I mean, even when people smoke or, you know, like no judgment when it comes to
Right.
things, but when it comes to just being an influential being, like, because you're all human.
Right.
But to be influential, and a lot of people and the millions of masses are looking up to you, and he chooses to be a good person.
Mhm.
That's a blessing, bro. Because we all have that choice, you know.
Right.
Exactly. We just met Big Sean as
Oh,
well.
we were with him for his
He
that
had
was a
an
good
album
time.
release.
Big love to my
and
boy Dougie again.
I love his girl baby mama Janae Aiko. She does sound healing and she'll cleanse the whole area. Max has been getting into that too because it's like it's almost a spiritual thing where you just literally have a vibe. We're all beings in our bodies, but yes, like whenever we just vibe out and connect, it connects all of us, whether like any age, anytime. My niece, she loves to dance. Like we put on just a record player, and Max has been making CDs. So
Lauren
that
has the best. Lauren and her
physicalness-
mom have the best record collection I've ever seen in my life. It's
Shout out to
incredible.
my Mother G.
And they listen
put
to
me
him
on.
on the regular, like, oh, change the record. Ah, it's so rad. I love that.
And we're back. We just had a power outage over here,
It's all
so
good.
this is a first for our show. We're just gonna push through it, right?
No worries.
Right.
Let's keep it flowing.
We were talking about music. We were kind of getting into a little bit of reggae,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that's one of your passions. Who are some of the other favorite artists you like?
Jason Mraz. I mentioned a little bit earlier. Definitely.
Bob.
Oh, of course. I like dead or alive, like both. Like,
Right.
okay, I'll say, well, Michael, Bob, 100% Bob Marley.
You and Michael Jackson?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's a big inspiration to me.
Max
Peter
got to
Frampton.
actually perform at the Grammys spontaneously. They had the Bob.
It was for the premiere of the Bob Marley movie.
Yes.
That was like another dream come true, and that was so spontaneous and such a gift and honor to be able to sing Bob's song at his my favorite Bob song, which would be Turn the Lights Down Low. That was like the one I chose as one of my favorite ones, but I have a lot of favorite Bob songs.
That's why we turned the lights down low for that. You know.
He's
No.
quick with it.
You know, but
I like that.
Hey, I had a question. How
Yeah.
did you get connected to performing at the Bob Marley premiere?
So, well, actually, my buddy, he like helps run the Grammy. I believe it's the Grammy Museum, like, administration. So it's like the people that get into the museum of the Grammys. So it's like the entire history and like past of the Grammys. He works there, and he was telling me about this event that was coming up, and he said, you guys should come by. So we came by, and I had no intention of singing. I'm always open-hearted to it, though.
right.
So yeah, there was a girl that was speaking on the microphone, announcing everything that was going on. Like, okay, right now we're gonna be having a raffle. We're gonna be having this. We're gonna be commemorating Bob with like, like just things like that.
Right.
And she ended up. Lauren was there too. So
Yeah, so we had already seen the movie on Valentine's Day.
yeah,
We got tickets to the opening day of the movie, and then we loved it so much, but his accent was so strong. So when we heard that they were having the premiere, they said that they were going to have like limited like online, which gratefully came with captions, but we came with the just intent where it's like we saw it, we enjoyed it, he listens to the music, like regardless. He knew his friend, what's his name?
Luis.
No, the one that works at the museum. Forrest.
Eric. Big love to my brother Eric. He's the one that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't mention his name, but yeah, he goes by Forsen. He's a Grammy like winning producer.
He was in that band, right?
No, that's
That's another guy.
Luis.
Oh, Luis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the reggae.
Okay.
Forsen, he does like more like R&B, hip hop. We worked together for like since like 2017, 2018.
Okay.
So I've known him for a while. We've grown a very beautiful connection, and he now works at the Grammy Museum. So he just let me know about it. We cruised up, and basically like the girl on the microphone was like, in a little bit we're gonna be having some like entertainment, just explaining like kind of vaguely. And I went up to her and I asked her, 'cause she was wearing a shirt. She was wearing a Bob Marley shirt, and I'd never seen it. And I asked her, I was like, oh, like, are you guys selling those shirts?
Right.
And she's like, she didn't say like yes or no. She's like, you know how to sing, huh? And I'm like,
And it was weird.
Lauren was
'cause
right
I was
there.
right there too.
And I was like, I love music, you know?
That's
And she was like, I tell you what, if you sing a song, I'll give you a shirt.
Okay.
I was like, love, let's do it. So she's like, all right, I'm going to just call you up. And you just start singing. So I was like, okay, great. And that was it. There was no other details. There was no what song. There was no
That's what I was gonna say.
send the music. There was no nothing. So later on in the gathering, she gets on the stage. She's like, all right now we're going to call up our first entertainment to come and sing some music for you guys. And his name, I gave her my name. My name's Max. She's like, this is Max. So I go up, And even I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, so do I send my music in? Like, is it gonna be like an instrumental track? Like, what's the vibe, you know? And she's like, oh, just acapella, and that's my favorite. I love acapella. So I started just singing.
He stays
turning the
ready.
lights down low.
Okay.
Everybody was snapping and clapping, man. And people
That's
were
cool.
singing. It was a beautiful moment.
Dang,
But,
acapella too, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shout out to that, dude.
Yeah.
Who would be some of the artists you would like to collab with?
Definitely Jason.
Jason Mraz.
Another one of my favorite artists is Irie Soldier. I would like to create some music with him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's a lot, man. Owl City.
Okay.
Owl City's another one.
It'd be cool if I see you work with Tomorrow's Bad Seeds.
One day.
Mm.
Oh, Pharrell Williams.
Oh yeah.
Pharrell Williams was a big fan of the Neptunes and, Skateboard P. Love skateboarding, so he could really resonate with that. And yeah, there's a lot of amazing other artists that I would love to work
Here comes the
with.
power.
Wow.
You called it.
See?
Maybe.
Beautiful.
Let's see. Maybe we'll
I'm
get
seeing
the
some
power
light
back
over here.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine we're gonna light up right now. Boom.
And God said, let there be light.
Amen.
Let's see what happens.
It's like
But,
halfway on, huh?
yeah, we can hear the beeping.
Oh, it's like
Mhm.
flickering.
What's that noise? Sounds like we're in a hospital.
There we go.
See?
Beautiful.
God said
All
let there
right.
be light.
Let's. Do you want to take a break and we can actually turn the lights back on and
Get
Yeah.
do this
Okay.
properly?
Big love to everyone watching up to
Yeah,
here
'cause this
too,
is
man.
crazy.
You're on the ride with us, enjoying it.
All right,
man.
so-
big love.
Yeah.
My bad, guys. My bad. I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah.
We'll take a pause and we'll be right back.
Mm.
Welcome back to the show with lights on and everything. The power's back on.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, if you made it this far. Thank you for sticking.
Big
with
love
us.
to everyone hanging out and enjoying the podcast.
We're
This is
having a
great
good.
conversation.
It's been an adventure. Like I said, like you guys got to skate while I was kind of outside trying to figure things out.
Dude, big love to you and being so dedicated and, man, innovative.
Well, what happened was I got an extension cord, plugged it into my car, had my car running while we had the cameras and one light. So, hey man, I was trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
There it
And
is.
the power came back on, so now we can actually finish the show properly without
Amazing.
having to rush through.
And we got some beautiful memories out of it, too.
I know you guys got to skate it up, and I was a little jealous though.
No, it's all good, man.
I
It's all-
got the clips. I'll show
I,
you.
I
Yeah.
changed my shoes and everything for it, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe if I would have just been patient, we would have just gotten.
Oh, it's all good. Hey,
ordered
everything
the
happens
power-
for a reason.
power
man.
back on, but-
you guys are amazing.
It was fun trying to figure out if I can actually make the show go on without power.
And you did.
we
Yeah.
made it happen.
You're finding a solution to the problem. There's always a solution to the
Amen.
problem.
Mhm.
Always try, man. Always try.
Amen.
But we were on your collabs with music. You did have a very cool story about Jason Mraz guitar pick.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
So my wife and I, we actually went to the Shell in San Diego. It's this beautiful outdoor venue, and it's like right on the ocean, and it's mainly made for like orchestras, and,
Right.
like symphonies, So it's very grand. So the sound is just absolutely beautiful. Jason was having his tour, and one of his stops was on his birthday, and it was like a free show for the ones that that get on like this online or whatever, right? And you like submit your thing, but it was free. Somehow there was like 25,000 people that and I saw it and I was like, oh, I'll try it out. I ended up being in like the top 25, so I ended up getting to pick more than enough tickets that I needed. I got 4 tickets because I was gonna bring we were trying to bring my wife's sisters, mom, whoever wanted to cruise with us, But it ended up just being Lauren and I, which was great, and we had a nice little date night, stayed out there, and Jason was playing, and we were right in the front, and I saw he flicked. I knew it was a guitar pick, but my brain was still oh, he just threw something in the audience, what is it? And I was looking around, I was still enjoying the music. And I see people kind of looking on the ground, right? So I'm like, oh, what are they, I looked down at my shoe, and it was literally this is my foot. It was right here.
Wow.
So I picked it up, and I was just so grateful. I was beyond grateful. and I kept it, and now I play with it.
You used to have it, yeah.
I do. It's actually okay. So, for some reason with this pick, it like hides and then it comes back out. It's happened 3 times. I thought I lost it 3 times, and it just pops up. So right now it's chilling out somewhere, but it'll pop back.
It'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah.
The first time I met you had a bracelet with the guitar pick.
Yes. So I'm not wearing that today, but
Okay.
I usually do. I keep it there, but then I realized, because the one you blessed me with, after I see that picks fall out sometimes, I'm like, I'm not gonna keep my like valuable picks in there. So I'll keep like my disposable ones that I need. Yeah. But like yours, I put in my room on my shelf, so that way like it's there and I know it's there.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I gave you Where the Locals Sk8. Yeah,
appreciate
guitar
that.
pick. So shout out to that.
So rad,
love to see it.
But that'd be cool for you to do a collab with Jason Mraz and the other dudes that you said too. Like
yeah.
He did a collab with the Somewhere Over the Rainbow. His friend is his
from
friend.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's a story in itself. That's when I proposed to Lauren.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We can get into that. It's a beautiful story because I got to play with a legend that I didn't even know was a legend, and he happened to be the best friend of another legend who passed, and he has one of my favorites. He put out one of my favorite songs in the world, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So I got to so basically a little short version. I was proposing to my wife on a microphone at a restaurant called Duke's in Waikiki. And I had the idea of just going up to the guy that's singing, because he was incredible. I was just like, hey man, I have an idea. Like, I would love to propose to my girlfriend, my future fiance.
Right.
If maybe I could like just grab, like, talk on your mic. He's like, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And you could tell he was in. Yeah. So he's like, I got a better idea. He's like, come back in like 5 minutes. I'm going to tell the staff and everyone. And I was like, dude, like, they already know. Because I had talked to them before. And
he has
that's
to
how we got.
reserve like 12 seats for my big old family.
And
my
it was
mom
it was a Friday.
My sisters.
It was a busy day to even get reservations.
His mom was there.
But
like, it was a moment.
Thankfully, by the graces of God, they were just so understanding and actually like super supportive. They were like, how many people you need? We got you. Clear you out. Like, it was such a blessing. Very grateful. But anyway, I go up to the guy and I ask him, and he's like, I'm going to go talk to the staff. I'm like, oh, they kind of already know. He's like, even better. He's like, all right, what song would you like for me to play? I said, because he had played it before. Right. I heard him play Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and that's what gave me the idea to like, hey, maybe
we were watching the sunset. He was holding my hand.
Divine.
We were just like talking to each other about the great time we were having and like how our relationship has come over a decade of knowing him since in middle school, dated in high school. But I was like, I had strict parents, and they were like, just focus on family and school. And to this day, our family is really important to both of us, and we try to be around them
Family's
as much
everything,
as we can. But yeah, definitely
That's amazing. Yeah, shout out to that, dude. And so you sang that song?
Oh yeah. So then we're walking up because I hear the song, and he had handed me the mic and he kept playing. So I was like, I didn't tell him that I was gonna sing. He didn't even know I made music. Nothing. It was just so organic. And he handed me the mic and he kept playing. So I started to sing the song, and then he got another mic, and he was singing the song.
Okay.
And I actually wrote a song inspired by Somewhere Over the Rainbow called Purple Dreams on my ukulele. It's the same chord progression, and he was playing it. So we're singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and then I turn it into Purple Dreams. So it was like a spontaneous, beautifully aligned collaboration. Right. Of in the moment, and with the intention of proposing to my wife.
That's beautiful.
My parents are going 20 years married, and music has just always been something that we love. They love him when he just whips out the uke or the guitar. Like, we'll have a mic during the campfires, and just everyone kind of just even tell stories, like how you were joking about earlier. Like, it's definitely like these are experiences, and love conquers all. We really do feel like, self-love is the best love. Everybody, we got to love ourselves in order to love each other. So yeah, and spread the love along that with it, because that's what makes life worth it. Like, we're all human at the end of the day.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, that's amazing, dude. I love the fact that you make music and
Thank you, man.
that it inspires you like that because it's everything. And you play guitar as well, so that's cool.
I love the acoustic guitar, although I like the electric as well, but acoustic electric is my favorite. It just has such a beautiful sound.
I like the little ukulele because that's like
that's
like
beautiful sound.
Yes, that's one of my favorite.
I love that
sounding instruments.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
So my bad. What instrument did you start playing out of like all the instruments you play?
Piano.
Piano was the first one?
I took piano lessons very young. When I was signed to Sony, they put me in like piano lessons, vocal lessons, dance lessons. So that kind of helped me expand my knowledge of the instrument, of any instruments really. So they asked if I wanted to do guitar, piano. At the time, I love the Jonas Brothers. You know, Nick Jonas is an amazing singer-songwriter. And I'd always see that he started on the piano. So I was like, I want to try the piano. And then he went to the guitar. And that's kind of like, I'm inspired by that. So I kind of started with that and then created my own little path. So I went to the piano, and then I went to the ukulele. And then I went to the acoustic guitar. Yeah, so it's been a journey, and I'm still just dipping my toes in, having fun, Writing songs is my favorite with it. I literally wrote a song in Joshua Tree yesterday with just my guitar and my voice and nature.
Do you write the lyrics out first, or are you just kind of making the music and then kind of going with it?
Well, my process is a little different with each expression of sound. So like if I'm recording just like a beat, like an MP3 beat and like my voice, then I like to freestyle and flow and find melodies. When I'm creating the music and singing and playing at the same time, I like to find my like flow. So I'll get my chords and then I'll start to just hum and like scat.
Right.
And just find different like melodies and patterns. And then I'll write music, but sometimes like with Purple Dreams, I'll never forget this. It just came to me. Like I was playing and I just started to sing the melody, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that was like the second time that's happened to me.
Okay.
With an instrument and writing.
And you record these?
Yeah, voice memos. Got a voice memo, everything, man. Like, because you have an idea, you put it. Voice memos to me with music is kind of like journaling. It's like it captures the moment, and it still like captures the idea to where you can plant that seed of the idea and let it grow.
Yeah, because you don't want that to get away, because sometimes if you don't journal it or write it down, or sometimes, you wake up from a crazy dream, if you don't write it down and you start telling the story, you're like, what was that again?
Yeah,
what did I say?
I write down my dreams.
Okay.
Actually, 'cause dreams are very important, That's a whole other conversation.
That's crazy.
But yeah, brother.
Who would you, or what would be one of the favorite songs you perform?
Ever? Like
even now?
Man, top 3 would be definitely in Hawaii, Proposing.
Right.
With Iz's best friend. So it turns out he was Iz's best friend. They grew up together, and he taught him how to play the ukulele.
Oh, okay.
So it was like the roots, and even though like Iz passed on, his not only legacy but his foundation and his roots continue to live on, and it still spreads the love through his legacy as well. But I would definitely say performing at Michael Jackson's ranch. That's another one. And honestly, I really loved being on stage at the Bay Fest.
The Bay Fest
this past couple weeks ago in San Diego. Those be probably my top 3.
That's so cool.
And I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Go ahead.
Wango Tango in 2006. There was like 25,000 people, and I performed the whole set as a 7-year-old.
Did you have your own songs that you performed?
Yeah. Okay. Big love to Dirty Rat and V and all the other people that I used to work with in like my like childhood that helped me know even what songwriting was and helped me like. I had a big love to my boy Rome. He would come over to the house and just hang out with me, my mom, as a little kid, just hang out. And then he would see our like energy and mannerisms, and he would write around it, and he would teach me how to do that. Okay. So that's something that like, cause
Rome is another artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just.
I think he had like a a popular song back in the day?
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah, Rome.
At the moment, but
Yeah, he went by a few different aliases, but Rome was like his like, main one.
I have a question. Has there ever been a time where like you have to perform or you got a show, but your voice is not there? You know,
like, that's a beautiful question.
He stays ready.
Yes,
I can attest to that.
But sometimes,
anytime, any place,
even if I think I'm not able to do it, God, bro, just puts me out there, and I'm able to just
snap in,
have fun, you know, and just dial into.
You're a professional.
I guess so, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, it doesn't come like overnight, you know. You work for that. You've been doing it since you were a kid.
It's my whole life.
Yeah.
It's literally my whole life.
He does it whether people are watching or not. He genuinely just we love to hear music, whether it's his music, other people's music, you know, just humming, playing, like, in the moment. He does that all the time with the passion to do that. So, yeah, when any time comes with the opportunity of him saying, okay, this is your moment for this time period or however long, he'll play one song, he'll go 2 hours or even more past that. It's like, you know, just being open-minded.
You got that kind of catalog, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you. My catalog is literally like my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's literally like journals.
Mm-hmm.
Go back into a journal, you go into that time. That's how I'm with music. I made songs from when I was 4 to like yesterday.
Right.
You know, like, and each song is like captured moments in time, so like photographs.
Do you put this out on YouTube or anything?
Yeah. Nowadays music is kind of like streamed. So I just got like a collaborative deal with AWOL. Big love to my brother Martin. Martin, I know you're watching this, brother. He is like my other half of my music. Mm-hmm. He helps me all my distribution, all under Smile Talk. Smile Talk has literally become like our own little like record label.
That's cool.
It's fun. So he puts out like a lot of my music for me, and he'll send me a song randomly throughout the day. He's like, Max, you remember when you made this song? And I'll hear it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah, of course I did. And this was admitted like 4 or 5 years ago. He's like, I think we should put it out, and then we end up putting it out. Okay. And it's like, that's how we kind of pick and choose songs from the catalogs. It's just how we feel.
Okay. You put it out on Spotify and all that other stuff too?
Yeah, Apple Music. Anywhere where you can listen to music like digitally, it's there.
How would they find it?
You just type in Maxo, Maxso.
Okay.
I release music pretty much like I have a few singles coming out, and then I have my EP. It's actually the first time talking about it, which feels good. It's the Smile Talk EP. That's going to be coming out next year in February.
Okay.
So 2025, a lot of fun things. I also have a fun gig in January with Austin. He's another artist, and he asked me to play this venue with him in his hometown. And it's in up north towards San Fran. So we're going to take a little road trip up north and have some fun.
I'm sure you're going to bring your board with you.
Oh, absolutely. I want to go to 4th and Army. I've never been there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you got some stuff, man.
Thank you.
Do you got my bad? Do you got like a manager or something like that for your music, or not? You're your manager yourself.
So growing up, I've gone through managers like kind of like changing clothes. Honestly, what I've learned within that is like it's better to just like manage yourself, and if you have the blessing to have like a family member, like for example my mom, she's kind of helped, or my dad too. They've helped navigate me to where I can be my own manager. And, of course, I have a tribe. You
said your dad was in the business in a way, so yeah.
Yeah, and we have a tribe. You know, it's not just me at all. You know, we got Martin, we got all the producers, we got Luis, and Luis has his own thing with Aspect Records, and we just continue to just grow. It's like a bunch of skate shops, you know, but really just rising up together and growing together as one. You know,
that's so cool.
Love,
dude. That's so amazing, dude. Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, I follow you, and like I said, I just Google Maxo, and then all this stuff comes up. So
my whole life is on Google.
Yeah, so everybody out there that wants to check it out, please do.
Just type in Little Maxo, LILMAXSO.
I mean, I was watching some fun stuff, man. I was like, when you're so little too, I was like, my lady's like, "What are you doing, man?" Like. Dude, look at him, right? That's a cute kid, man.
Love, Thank you.
Now that he's all grown up, though, it feels weird saying it.
No, it's all love, bro. I appreciate that.
young at heart. Everyone's young at heart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just trying to heal that inner child.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta keep going with it. You know, you always gotta make sure your inner child is comfortable, and because we've all come so far.
Right.
We've all come so far. You know.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you do artwork as well, and you created that character and brought that character to life as well.
Nama. Well, there's Nama, and then there's the Smile Talk Sun. Which one?
I was talking about Nama.
Nama.
Yeah.
Nama, I've been drawing for as long as I've been drawing the sun. The Smile Talk logo. It was really just an idea that I would draw on my papers to like help me smile and like feel like just have that little like friend, a little companion with you to like go with you along. And even if your day's not going well, you see a smile, it's like if you can feel it, you know. And then
For sure.
with the sun specifically, there's a lightning bolt above the two eyes, which symbolizes the third eye, which means just being able to see with your eyes closed, meaning feeling, not just seeing. That goes back to what we were saying, leading by faith and not by sight. You know.
Damn. It's amazing.
Amen to that.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
brothers. Thank you.
You got anything, Listo? Any other questions?
Me? I got some questions.
Please.
Yeah. Damn, you caught me off guard with that.
I did, huh?
Yeah, I got a question. All right, let's start off with who would you like to see on the show?
Ooh. Well, I already got Krob, which is a blessing, man.
Shout out to him.
Love, man. I want to see Steve Mercado on here.
We have him on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see. I know you guys got Trey, which is rad.
Trey
I saw
Flip
that one.
101.
Yeah, Trey Flip 101. Big love to Trey. Jeff. I gotta get Jeff on here.
Jeff Chichester?
Yeah.
We had him.
That's right.
Mhm.
Maybe even back again or something. Let's see. I don't think I've seen that one. I gotta watch that one.
It's kind of early on.
Oh, that okay.
You know,
Okay.
we're still like learning how to
That's
interview,
rad though.
but yeah.
That's super rad. Let's see. Ooh, Lamont. Lamont would be rad to come on here. I've known Lamont since like 2013.
What's his Instagram handle?
Lamont Holt.
Okay.
Yeah. He actually has a podcast.
Okay.
And but it'd be rad to get him on here because like it's just different vibes. Like, you know, you have one podcast, but each podcast is unique to themselves.
Right.
You know, like you guys are one of a kind. You know, it's amazing to see that growth.
Yeah, we made it our own, definitely. But but we did follow what the Nine Club kind of does.
Yeah,
you know,
it's an
they
inspiration
made
is
the
amazing.
pathway, but but we're
like,
doing our thing.
It's rad because like there's only one y'all. The same way there's only one Nine Club.
Yeah.
There's only one Beautiful Day podcast. Like there's only one. And it's rad because perspectives can't be replicated. You know.
It's amazing. Heck yeah.
What about Nigel Alexander?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That'd be
definitely.
rad if Nigel and I were like in it because we can talk about so many memories we have. We've done so many like things like jumping in the ocean at sunrise. Like he took me back to one of his first schoolyards he skated and we had lunch there and he was just telling me all these amazing memories that he had with like Paul and like other friends that he skated with, and it's amazing to that dude. Yeah, you guys got to get Nigel.
Maybe Angie.
Nigel, if you're watching, man,
That'd be cool.
that'd be super rad. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send this to him for sure.
Yes, sir. I usually ask like a question where like what's coming up next, what plans, but as you mentioned, you got something coming up north
Yeah,
and stuff.
I do have a single coming out. So I have like 2 or 3 singles leading up to the EP. This single is actually going to be a song that I made in 2020, and it's coming out next month. It's called One Life, and it's basically, I'll play it for y'all if you guys want to hear it. It's basically, it's a very personal song. I feel like it's probably one of the most personal songs I've ever made. It talks about death, you know, and death is a tough subject to talk about, especially as a creative. That's the first time I've ever talked about that in a song. And it was very peaceful. It was very peaceful. So I'm excited for that to come out. And then after that, I have another single coming out. That one's going to be with Luis. And that'll be, it's actually Luis and another artist from Chile. That's the first time I've ever worked with artists like internationally, which is amazing. He's incredibly gifted. His name's Jimmy Rivas. That's coming out, I think November 14th? No, 18th. November 18th. Well, around there.
This drops November 14th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can actually give you the exact date when it comes out, but
Right.
I'll tell you. But yeah, I have that, and then yeah, just gonna be pushing forward towards 2025 and best way, just putting best foot forward, continuing to hopefully inspire and guide, not myself and whoever's paying attention.
That's amazing. Getting hungry.
Yeah, some food, man. Some food.
Yeah.
What about any like skate projects or any video parts you're working on, or anybody's video you're gonna have a part in, or anything like that coming up?
Yeah. I'm kind of filming with a few different ones, which is rad. I was filming and skating with like Karma. Big love to Karma.
Karma grip tape.
Yeah, Karma grip tape. Stix SGV. I ride for them and be able to skate and have fun. We're filming a video. Big love to Derek and John and Atticus and the whole Stix just family.
Shout out.
Nigel and I are actually creating my first street part ever.
That's cool.
And somehow, by the graces of God, I got the ender already. So now it's just having fun and cruising along. And
How long have you been working on that for?
well, when the third time I skated with Nigel, I had this idea and I presented it to him. I'm like, hey, I want to skate this spot. And he's like, dude, like, I'll take you. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sweet. So we go there, and the intro of the street part is actually going to be the first time Nigel and I street skated. I snapped my board trying the trick. And he's like, oh, I guess we got to get you a flight deck for this one. And he did. And he blessed me with a flight deck, and I went back, and yeah, I did it. So he filmed it. My boy EJ got the second angle. Big love to my boy EJ. His Instagram is Get Clips.
Get clips.
Oh, I know I get clips.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so but mainly just skating with friends. Like if they're filming a video and I happen to skate, like love,
Get it.
Yeah. Like I'm always up to it, always open hearted.
That's so dope. Heck yeah.
Okay. So,
What about you, bro? What about how's you got any upcoming skateboarding
You
things?
got me a surprise, man. You got me a
It's
question
all love.
surprise.
It's
It's
so
all
good
good.
listening.
I
It's
love
all good.
watching you
it's
skate, bro.
It's a good
Like,
question. Yeah, we got the Listo video, coming out. Yeah.
love, man.
Hey, I want to say though, but my podcast, I said like what's coming up and stuff. But
Yeah.
this is all
Oh,
about you. This
no,
is
it's
all
all
about
good,
you,
man. Let's
man.
remind them,
Yes, I got the Listo. I got the Listo video part 2 coming out. The off to lunch and
Yeah, big
You
love
know?
to Off to Lunch, everybody over there, man. Like, it's amazing what you guys are doing, and it's super inspiring, and yeah.
yeah, you should come out, man. Whenever
Oh,
you're
love
free,
to.
on the weekend. We always meet up on Saturdays. Come out,
Okay, yeah, for
But,
sure.
I just have those projects, and I love being on like Instagram. Like Instagram clips, just posting
Yeah,
reels.
that's fun, bro. Definitely.
Because I'm not doing like some like real street skating. Like I'm on Instagram, skate park stuff. I've managed to like discipline myself to not post street clips that I want to use
That's
for a
his
part.
thing. He always stays posting anytime he gets clips. That's the first thing. But
I think it's just because I don't take social media too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I just, like, if I put it there and they put it on the part, they're going to enjoy it, Like, because there's things they haven't seen. And it's like,
Right.
it's a balance. But I feel that with, like, skate park clips, street clips, like, it's a balance for sure. But that's rad that you've, like, curated your own flow of, like, being able to showcase your gift and still being able to have your supporters and people that are inspired by you patiently wait in good spirits for your pieces, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So back to answer your question, so I just got those projects coming up, and I just want to keep like pushing out,
Beautiful, brother.
But I got one more question for you.
Please.
Well, a couple more questions.
Please, I'm here.
I got
happy to
questions
be
all
here.
day. No.
I'm happy to be here.
So I got a question. I know you started your career young. You said 14. No, you said 4. You started traveling. Do you have any advice for kids out there? Nowadays you got the social media. They want to be TikTokers. They want to be famous. Do you got any advice for those kids?
I would say be yourself. Be yourself. Don't ever conform or change yourself for any status or any potential opportunities. Because at the end of the day, when one door closes, the right one opens. And that's something that I really would love to see the next generation be, is a bit more just self-loving and not so like everybody kind of do the same thing, you know, more so just showcase their uniqueness
Right.
and their love for, because when you love what you do, it shows. You don't gotta just use words to communicate that feeling to people. They're gonna feel it, you know. Like I would just say continue to keep believing in yourself. Have faith. Having faith is a big one. Have faith in yourself and have faith in your gift. And I would definitely say to pray. Continue to pray about being the best you can be and being a light and a vessel for others to connect and feel the inspiration from.
Did they ever try to change your image or
100%.
right?
That's
Try to or build an image that they wanted you to be?
when I was signed to T-Pain. I basically, and no shade, it's all love, but I basically learned exactly what I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was exactly where I was meant to be, but not by the right circumstances or the right people.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And that's, you know, that in itself is a gift because it gave me clarity
Right.
of what could be and what is meant to be, you know? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I mean, there's even some skate companies out there that are like that too. They want you to fit their
Lamont has a
their
big
image. So
a big testimony with that too, because he loves music, you know, and like and even YouTube. And at the time when he was just doing YouTube, his sponsors, I mean, I'm not gonna tell his story, but
right.
it's exactly what you said. You know, a lot of people try to change your image, you know, and at the end of the day, the right ones that are meant to help you, and you're gonna find them. You guys are gonna align, and that's your tribe. You stick with it, you know, and don't let anyone try to change or dim your light. You know, keep shining, and you shine on others, and help illuminate theirs, you know.
I love the people that stay strong and know what they really want in life. So it seems like you're that way.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
I try my
amazing.
best. You know, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
But as long as we try to be better than what we were yesterday
Mm-hmm.
and continue to be kind to others, keep a humble soul, keep a
There's,
humble heart.
there's another reggae song that I like. It says, do what you can do today to make tomorrow all right.
I love
So
that.
I love that, you know, so.
How was that again?
Write that down.
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Man. That's something
Do
to
what you
remember.
can do today to make tomorrow all right.
You know what? I have one like that, bro. That's a good one, but check it out. If you do your efforts today, you trust your efforts for what tomorrow brings, you know? Like if you whatever you do, got to do today, you'll have trust that your efforts will be taking you to whatever you got to do tomorrow, you know?
Right.
Your efforts today will bring you to tomorrow.
Exactly.
I have one too I'd like to share with y'all. I
Let's
have
go.
a few actually. Well, some of them is literally just slow down, remember to remember, you know. There's a lot of different ones that, let me see if I can find one. Being grateful, you know, gratitude is our main attitude. When you have your gratitude as your main attitude, you put your best foot forward.
I love going to the Gratitude Cafe.
With
Dude,
the
that was
one in
our
downtown.
spot.
Is there one right there?
Which
Not
one did you go to the one in Hollywood?
I was just talking about the Jason Mraz song.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. No, but he actually has
I
a
know that-
cafe gratitude.
Yeah. I've never been there, but yeah.
Dude, that's so rad. Yeah, it's not there anymore in downtown. We would go there all
I
the
was
time.
trying to just make it.
No, that was smooth. That was smooth, bro.
What was
They
that,
missed the other one, the I'm Yours one, because we didn't turn the sound on after the power
it's all
outage.
good. It's all
But
good.
yeah, when they threw the pick, I was like, oh.
Another one actually my mom blessed me with. She said, when life throws curveballs, we got to catch them all. That's a big one because life is unpredictable. But as long as we just keep our faith and keep a positive spirit, then the good things are going to happen. You know, it's something I strongly believe in.
That's for real, man. And I love the fact, like, you write things down, manifest it. You like a lot of things I write down now for the show, you know, like guests who I want to come on the show. I wrote down Chris Roberts, so I want that guy
That's
as
amazing.
100.
Big love
And
to
it
Chris
just-
Roberts.
dude,
Rob.
Happened to be like he was free that weekend that we needed him to come in, and
Divine
we made
alignment.
it happen.
God's timing.
Amen, brother.
Everything is timing, man.
Yeah.
So just like today, man, we made it happen, and woo,
It's a fun
We're
one,
pushing
man.
through it. We're
Big
pushing through
love
it.
to everyone tuning in and watching up into this point.
Yes.
Man, if you watched all this way, comment.
Okay, comment.
Comment what? What should we comment?
I don't know. Say hello.
Comment smile. Smile talk.
Oh, smile talk.
There we go. Comment smile talk. That way we can see who's been tuned in all the way. Much love.
Who's been on this journey with us?
Yeah, because this was a fun one. Or also comment what was your favorite parts, and like from all of us, like what was something that resonated with your spirit? What's something that you connected with that maybe inspired you to keep going? Let us know. I'm gonna read all the comments. I know Skate Show, y'all read the comments, so let's connect.
Do you have a spirit animal?
A spirit animal. I'm gonna have to say, I'm inspired by Appa, like Aang from Avatar.
Avatar?
The
Okay.
bison, the flying bison.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I was like, I don't know that animal.
You
know?
No, his name's Appa, but he's a bison.
It's a bison.
He's a flying bison.
Flying bison.
Yeah.
Avatar. Was that the first one or the second one?
The cartoon, the original.
Oh, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I
It's
think
on
you're thinking
Netflix.
the blue people Avatar,
Yeah.
right? I'm talking about Aang, the Airbender. Yeah. Do you know
He's
what I'm
with
talking?
the arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has his arrow when he's in the Avatar state. Yeah.
I don't know that.
It's
Yeah, I was trying to picture something and it was way off.
all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But shout out to that, man. Spirit animal. Do you have one, Listo?
A spirit animal? I'm not too really sure, but I know that I'm a Cancer with the zodiac sign. But spirit animal, I never really looked into spirit animal like that. How do you find out a spirit
Well,
animal?
who do you think? What animal do you think you identify with? Like,
Damn, maybe a beast. People call me a beast on the
The
skateboard.
tiger.
Maybe, I don't know. I never really thought about
The
that.
Chinese zodiac is supposed to have an animal that's like
Yeah.
like
I'm gonna look
a
into that.
Like
zodiac
an ox
sign,
is mine.
but an
An
animal.
ox is my like
Okay.
Japanese like spirit animal.
right? Like yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it like resonates with your birthday and your
Mhm.
like your
Right.
star.
I don't know that one.
I'm
Oh,
gonna look into
tiger.
that.
But yeah.
Tiger? Oh.
Yeah.
But I used to climb a lot, so I think I'd resonate with the.
OG like Chinese
monkey.
restaurants have like this mat, like the real ones that are like real traditional. They have this mat on their tables for like, you know how they have like your menus. Each one gets a
Yes.
menu.
Yeah.
You have a mat and it has all your birthdays, all everything, what year you were born, and you can pick which. Oh, I'm this, so I'm an ox. So I want to look more into it myself as well. But
Yeah.
yeah.
We got some homework.
We got some
to do.
homework.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's rad to connect with your roots, like your ancestral roots. Like I've been really understanding or learning that my grandmother loved music, and like my grandfather, he taught me about the stars. And just yesterday we were in Joshua Tree, and our my wife's sister's boyfriend Cam, big love to Cameron, he was pulled out his telescope. We were looking at the stars, and it almost felt reminiscent. Like we were exactly like what we get taught as a kid, like the good things.
Right.
We got to keep asking questions
Right.
and keep practicing those things, you know.
Yeah.
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 The
You're more
universe-
you're more enlightened when you're as a kid, and then
Yeah.
we kind of get cloudy as we
Well,
get
that's
older.
the thing, bro. Like for me specifically, I feel like how I felt when I was like little Maxo, but the right way this time, with all the wisdom and knowledge that I've inherited over the years by the highs and lows, the trials and tribulations, you know. But it has all ultimately aligned me back to my inner child and just being present and playful. Like when I go skate, I'm playing. When I make music, I'm playing. Like we're just having fun. Like when I'm singing, I'm throwing my voice, seeing what catches, what sticks. Like, you know, just being a
Yeah.
kid.
That's amazing.
Yeah, brother. Thank
That
you.
keeps you young at heart too, and that'll keep you alive longer, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
that's
You
good.
spunk.
Mentally healthy too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Mental health is a big thing, but the right way of talking about mental health, like the stuff that people don't talk about, the stuff that like the internal battles that we get through. Every internal battle that we get through, remember that the next time you get another battle, just have faith because you got through so many other ones. That's how I used to feel about anxiety specifically.
Yeah. Tomorrow's another day, man. I mean,
Lord
y-
willing.
Mhm.
Right now is all we got, you know?
Yeah. Like I said, baby steps, man. It's not gonna, you have troubles. I mean, just push through it. I mean, you're just gonna keep living. It's gonna keep going on. Things are gonna get better
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time heals all wounds.
Amen.
We're in the universe as much as the universe is in us. Like the stars, like all the elements, we're made of the same things as the stars. So we got to shine in our own ways. And yeah, you are here. It's just a conscious reminder for me and for everybody that we're here for a reason. And I try to spread love within that. And I hope that all of us can realize and recognize that we share one earth. At the end of the day, like, that's all of our home. Take care of our home, whether it's our body as our home or just being, you know, outside with each other, say what's up to everybody and just bring good vibes. And, you know,
another thing, if I could just say, add on, because I know you asked what's something I would say to, like, the next generation, or at least the younger generation, read the Bible. And, like, actually, like, don't let anybody give you a perspective of the Bible yet. Read it, feel it out, and you'll see that it's something that is real. And it teaches you righteousness. Righteousness is, the way of righteousness is just a beautiful thing. And when you learn more, like me, I've been reading it more and more, and I feel like sometimes, if good day or bad day, I'll just flip to a random page and I'll resonate with one. Like, I put this Bible verse in my Instagram bio because I was actually meditating, and I happened to just look through, I opened the Bible, and I went to Psalms 1:3, and it talked about meditation. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this more. I'm going to just open the Bible randomly and see what speaks to me. So that's something that I would say, read the Bible more and have faith, you know?
Okay. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Anything else, Listo?
Low-key, like, I had a random question, but
Please.
maybe you have the random question bowl.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's do both. Do a random question, and we'll pick from the bowl.
Let's pick from the bowl first, because what if it's the one he's thinking of?
All right. Let's see. All right, this one feels good. Do I read it? You read it?
You can read it.
All right. If you got a guest board with graphic, what graphic would you want? If you got a guest board, what graphic would you want?
What team and what graphic would you want?
A guest board, so like
a guest, like, would you want to be like if Zero said, "Hey, we want to make you a skateboard." If Crail tap girl,
I would say, all right, visualize this with me, okay? I've drawn this in my journal so many times, and I'll continue to draw it. All right, picture, you know, the OG girl decks with like the full girl, and then the head is on the nose.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I've seen you have one around here. Are you did?
I don't have that board, but
you know what I'm talking about.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So imagine the head as
your son.
The sun.
There you go.
That's it.
I'll be a sick one.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, maybe like a blue background to symbolize the sky.
Yes.
And then the sun, and then on the bottom where her feet are, just green. So green, blue, yellow. As the head. That would be my guest board. This is an awesome question. That was awesome.
Yeah, girl, man. Shout out to that.
Big love to girl skateboards.
Heck yeah. Listo, what's your random question that you have?
All right. I know it's not to compare to like an ender or like ender for video part, but what would be like a dream spot that you would like to skate and a dream trick that you would like to throw down that dream spot?
24-hour ledges. Crook the entire inside of the ledge. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the outside.
Yeah, inside the planter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and like maybe just like nollie half cab out or just pop out depending. That would be one of them. I have like a few, honestly. Another one would be I did one which was really fun at Jaquan. The K-Town ledges. I did front lip big spin, or I guess 270 shove. That was a fun one. Yeah. And then a mani pad trick. I would love to do kickflip nose mani, nollie 3 shove, mani, kickflip. So like
dang.
Nose mani, nollie 3 shove, back to mani, kickflip.
Can you do that in a tech deck? My bad.
I can, yeah.
So but a one mani pad, right? It's not like levels.
No, just one mani pad. Like there was
Okay.
this mani pad Trey took me to, Trey flip, and it was like this like tile mani pad. That was fun. We got kicked out, but then we came back, and it's fun. And the people were super nice.
All right.
Yeah. So hopefully I answered the question. What about you, bro? What's your dream spot and trick?
Oh, well, I want to really skate Hollywood 16 before they tear it down, or not tear it down, or before like I can't skate no more, you know, because I'm getting to that age. So I got some couple tricks I want to throw down that, and
That's
then maybe
rad.
the 16 stair. I got robbed on a trick I did back when I was younger.
Wow.
So
dude,
hopefully,
I saw
you know-
that trick you did at South Hills. Was it front heel? Or front at the South Hill like Fat 11 stair?
Mhm.
Bro, you got robbed on that one too, but dude, that was man.
The front big spin, right?
Front big,
and I slipped
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
thank
But
you,
like
man.
just the fact that you skated it, man, like that's awesome, bro.
So maybe just like going back and getting like some banger stair tricks that I got robbed
got
on, you
that.
know?
Yeah,
Are you
bro.
ready for that?
They don't call me listo for nothing.
You got it, brother. I've been wanting
God
to
first, man.
maybe one day skate the 12. I want to front lip it.
Ooh,
That'd be fun.
you
Just
got
for
that.
fun, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one. It's a big commitment. And I think
I've never seen that rail in person, so I can't.
It's fun.
I can't really judge it.
We'll take you
know?
there, skate show.
it's
Yeah.
fun to look at and watch people skate. I've
Yeah.
never personally skated it, but I'd be up to. Let me know. Let me know.
I'll let you
one of
guys
these
know.
days.
What about you, skate show? What's your?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you.
A dream trick for me?
Yep. Dream trick, dream
I
spot.
don't even know, man. Like, I mean, there's some dream spot. Of course, I want to go to Barcelona, but I don't even know what I can do there because I don't want to make any plans without. You know, I always say I used to do this as a kid. We'd go to a spot. I already had my whole mind set up, and then I get there and it's chunky or it's like bigger than I thought it was, and I go, oh well, maybe I could try a no slide or something. You know, something simple. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm already getting older up there. Let me see. What do I do? I would love to heel flip like a set of stairs somewhere.
You got that.
I mean, at least
Yeah.
maybe like a 5 stair.
You
I
got a
don't know.
nice heel flip, bro. I saw the
Hey, thank you.
on the kicker. I saw that one.
Some days I'm feeling it, but like I got to do it within that hour or so that I'm skating, because after that I'm burnt.
Maybe after this we can cruise a little bit, like
Yeah.
in
some
the
coffee.
skate show DIY.
Dropping like Garrett Hill, faked it.
No.
I didn't say it. No,
Big love, shout out to Gifted Hater.
gifted hater.
That video was, dude. That video is
That was
really
funny.
in depth.
That was funny. Yeah, he really broke it down, man. So Listo was like, no, that was real for sure. And then I was like, oh, let me show you something real quick.
I remember seeing that clip like back in the day, and then I saw it on Ridiculousness, and then I saw it on
everywhere.
AFV. You remember that America's Funniest Home Videos? Seen it there.
Yeah,
It's such a
iconic video.
yeah.
But
But it was just a skit, like
Yeah.
which is it's okay. It's a skit.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He-
Got all of us, but it's all good.
He didn't have to lie about it. No,
No.
just kidding.
that part is true. I'm not gonna lie. I don't support the lying part, but it was a skit. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny,
Yeah.
Shout out Garrett Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Gary Hill. Much love.
Yes, sir.
dude. Shout out to you, man.
Thank you.
You got your Instagram and your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Instagram is Maxo, Maxso. I have a few Instagrams, and
Mhm.
each one serves its own purpose. The other one is my art account, where I show a lot of my street art, just regular art, canvas art. That's Reminders by Nama. And then I have Smile Talk, which is, I guess now it's a brand.
Yeah.
Started off just in my heart as an idea, and now my main goal, like my biggest dream in the world, in life, is to one day open a community center, a Smile Talk community center, and just be able to have it be a safe haven for all creatives in whatever you do, whatever you love, whether if it's skateboarding or have a music studio in there, and be like a tennis court, a basketball court, like sky's the limit. Have it a place where you can just come and, of course, have it be free, and just you can test out, like dip your toes in whatever you want to do, and then you choose what you want to do for the rest of your life. Or if that's maybe just one of the things you want to do. And yeah, that's my biggest dream. But
That'd
yeah,
be awesome.
Smile Talk, that's the Instagram, Smile Talk Life. Yeah, those are my 3 Instagrams.
All right, and your YouTube,
Smile Talk.
Smile Talk.
Smile Talk. That's the YouTube.
It's
My wife and
spelled
I,
out,
we
too?
do,
Spelled out.
Smile Talk. My wife and I, we do video journals of just our life.
Mhm.
Camping, skating, events. A video journal of Paul Rodriguez's birthday. That was
Okay.
fun with Nigel. A lot of Nigel memories on there. There's a video coming out where I told you that we jumped in the ocean.
Right.
Nigel brought his GoPro and we captured it a little bit. It was super fun. Yeah, so gonna continue with YouTube. Another platform would be my music. Would be like Spotify, Apple Music.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Under Maxo as well.
Yeah, Maxo. Yeah. Maxso.
Amazing. And of course, you have your brand as well, right?
Yes.
Yes, he's been very inspiring and supportive and helping me get going on my journey of being self-sufficient. Got my LLC. My Instagram, though, is just my full name, Lauren Rose Flores, and my middle name's Rose. Get that from my mama. And I just do a little bit of everything. I'd love to just create art. You know, we've been doing even spray painting boards and grip tape and stuff. So screen printing. I do the You Are Here. It's like on sweaters and tote bags and everything. But I also make jewelry as well.
She's incredible.
I have a bunch of sisters.
She made this one and this one.
Okay.
Oh,
These
yeah.
two.
You want to show?
There you go. Yeah, she made the chakra one with all the chakra crystals, and then she made this black and white one for the yin and yang. It's like flowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flower power.
Oh, and she made this bracelet
definitely.
Okay.
She has an Instagram for her creations as well.
Oh, yeah. And that one's You Are Here with 4 Y's and 4 E's. And yeah, and then I slowly am doing TikTok, but it's hard because I've never really been too into like social media or even just technology. Like I always grew up with just playing outside, making mud pies, dirt. We go to Yosemite every year with my family and just being outside. So I'm learning, but yeah, I would love to connect with other people that, you know, see the same vision or just, you know, like being a skate wife. I even saw I think you had mentioned the skate wife.
Yeah.
I checked her out and she's pretty sick
that.
too. So it's like, you know, teamwork makes the dream work. So at the end of the day, yeah, shout out to Rick Howard though. Girl, as you mentioned earlier, we had met him at the Yeah Right premiere and got a couple signatures from him. I had a conversation. He had a Fleetwood Mac t-shirt on and I had just saw Stevie Nicks with my mom like I think a couple months ago or something like that, and so we were just connecting and just like, you know, we're humans. And
big
so,
love to Mike Mo too. We had an amazing conversation. He was talking about like his process of like his part in Yeah Right and all this, and it was so rad to like just be able to hear the backstory of something that's so influential and inspiring to you. Big love to Mike Mo.
Wait, did you say Mike Mo, Yeah Right?
Yeah.
Or Fully Flared?
Oh, Fully Flared. Thank you. I was thinking of Yeah Right. But no, Fully Flared, because that was his debut part, and that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And I think Yeah Right's still one of my favorite videos ever. That one in Almost Round 3, where Ryan Sheckler had his first part on there. And then
It was a Yeah Right
the Yeah Right 20 year though is where
yeah.
I met Rick Howard, Mike Mo. Mike Mo, yeah, we had that conversation. Jerron Wilson.
I was there.
Yeah, I know. I saw you. We didn't
Yeah.
know each other yet though.
Yeah,
we crossed paths.
Yeah.
Was that before you guys knew each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, we were at the same event. So
I feel like it's probably happened a few times.
you said that, yeah.
Yeah.
We're at the Orange, the new Pomona.
Covina.
Oh,
Covina.
Covina.
Yeah,
Covina
Covina
Park.
Park.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
Love Pawn Shop.
We were both there at that
Blessing the
spot,
community
too.
with a beautiful park, man.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Dude, amazing, dude. Give us your shout outs.
Oh man. Big love to my mom. I love you, Mom. Thank you for always believing in me and keeping me inspired through the highs and lows. Big love to my wife. My wife is literally like one of my biggest inspirations, continues to help me be a better person. Big love to my tribe and everyone within it. Luis, Martin. There's too many to name, but you guys know who you are, and I'm so grateful. Big love to Stix SGV. George, love you, bro. Thank you for believing in me, and not only just believing in me, but providing a safe space and an awesome skate shop for the community and all that you do within the community, behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. Smile Talk, one of my most beloved creations. Definitely shout out to, there's so many, man. Shout out to Jesus Christ, bro. Shout out to God. Thank you for gifting me with the ability to help explain my journey while I'm here and through my creations and through my gift that you've gifted me with. And
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a great way to look at it, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Lauren, your
Shout
shout
one more thing, sorry.
what?
Shout out to you guys for
Yeah.
bringing me here and inviting me into your space and asking me all these amazing questions that honestly, this is the first time I've talked about a lot of things. Okay. And I'm so grateful for that because I don't really talk about things unless I'm asked.
Right.
You know? And I really like to listen. That's something I'm learning to do a lot more. But when I do get asked questions, it's a beautiful feeling to be able to dial in and express to you with the emotion that I feel with the answers to your question.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, we're grateful for that. Thank you.
I'm grateful. Thank you. And big love to everybody tuning in. Shout out to everyone watching. And if you're doing your thing, you're watching, thank you so much for just chilling with us. Thank you for watching this podcast.
Watching, listening, podcast. However you can.
However way you're enjoying it. Yeah. Thank you.
But if you're watching, you'll see the power outage.
This is one for the books for sure.
Lauren, shout outs?
Yes, to you guys for just persevering. I feel like as a skate mentality, the ability to fall and pick yourself back up and just continue and, don't let that discourage you. You guys are amazing and what you do here is amazing. And thank you for having both of us here. And for getting me out of my comfort zone. To my husband, of course. He's always just supported me. We've been best friends for over a decade, and I feel like we're still learning, and, we're just building that foundation. But, day goes by, and we take it one step at a time and have patience, and like you said, to slow down. So, also my cousin, I kind of mentioned that, Ronnie. He's been a skater. My nephew, who is inspiring me to continue.
Much love to you, David.
Yeah, David Fisher. He's actually one of Max's first students that he was helping teach and set up the board and everything for him too. Everybody in the world that you guys are watching and everyone that's alive and really using our abilities to change the world and
to do good. Also, shout out, sorry brother, a couple more. Shout out to all of our friends at Montana Paint Shop out here in downtown LA. Ness, Paz, Corey, it's all love. Shaq, shout out to Love Crew, big love. Jason, man, there were some big inspirations to me and just culture. Shout out to the culture, man.
That's amazing. Heck yeah. Listo, shout outs?
Do you have any more shout outs, Lauren? Or?
I think I'm pretty good. I think overall I'm just very grateful to be here and to be able to just create and spread love. That's definitely one thing that I just want to continue to do. So,
Amen.
Okay, nice.
What about you, brother?
All right. First, I want to start off. Shout out number one, God, for answering my prayers, for guiding me, for giving me wisdom, and giving me the strength and energy to keep going. Shout out to my mom. She's kind of sick right now.
God bless
and helping her out. Thank you guys.
Prayers to her healing journey, brother.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All the mamas that created this and just Mother Earth, everybody.
So right there, just staying strong, helping out my mom, having patience. Shout out to my dad, my siblings, helping out, helping me get to where I'm at right now. And, just thankful for shout outs for the podcast, being here, learning how to communicate better and, being here with you, man, I would see you at West Covina when you were a kid, but I had no idea that, you were into music, I just remember you were trying very heel flip from the 2 flat 2 into the box. That was your favorite spot to skate. So I remember you doing very heel. Wow. Then one time I asked if you could film a fakey full cab down the 8th stair.
I remember that.
And then you filmed it. That was when I first came back from my ankle injury, and you filmed that for me. Thank you so much. I remember that.
Shout out to that.
It's just those little moments that people do or they say that you remember. So I remember that. And
thank you, brother. Thank you.
Shout out to you and your wife coming out here sharing a little bit of your story. Shout out Richard for keeping this podcast going. We went through the outrage, outage. Yeah, I'm not outrage.
Either way, we know what you mean. We hear you.
But yeah, like shout out to making it going, and shout out God, and shout out you guys. You know,
Amen.
Shout out to you, brother.
shout out to
Shout out
everybody
to
making
you,
a
shout out
positive
to you,
impact.
Shout out to you.
Yes.
Big love.
And shout out to you, man, for coming all the way down here.
Oh,
Once again, thank you very much, you and your wife. I appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, really.
And everybody out there, thank you guys for, joining us every time we drop an episode. It's amazing. Man,
We watch all the
grateful.
episodes. Lauren and I, just saw Listo's third one. We
Second
saw
one,
Crop. Second one saw Crop on here, which was like amazing, and we're so just happy for what you guys have cultivated, and it's amazing what you guys do.
Thank you.
Happy to hopefully add on and continue to keep your guys' flow.
Oh yeah. And thank everybody for tuning in and liking and subscribing to our channel. Please share the show out. It really helps us out. Tell a friend if you or somebody that wants to be part of the show. Let us know. You can hit us up in the comments or on the Instagram, Where the Locals Sk8. Also, thank you, Listo, holding it down on one and twos.
And big love to Peralta,
Yeah,
who's not here right now, but he's here in spirit. And thank you for.
Shout out to Peralta. He's out there getting his drone license. Hopefully he comes back with that. So,
Texas.
and then he can have a whole new fun outlet to discover.
You'll be filming with the drone.
Yeah.
Coming right through the studio.
But
The angles.
yeah, you know how it is.
Shout out to skateboarding.
Shout out to skateboarding.
Man, that is like the connector pieces to a lot of beautiful things that's happening.
That's
Amen
right.
to that.
And thank everybody again, once again, for watching, and see you all next week. Peace out.
Love.